And now your mama knows.
Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment.
And now your mama knows.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now your mama knows.
Bruce! Unleash the baby god dragon!
What's going on, guys? Well, I'm back with another video, another live stream. It's myself, the Cowboy King of Entertainment, aka Anthony L. Lewis in real life. And you know what, guys? Technology drives me mad, right? So I had the stream already scheduled, right? I get into the studio and the stream is there. And I'm doing whatever I'm doing, right? Talking to my son on the phone, blah, blah, blah. And I shared a video on Twitter, and then all of a sudden the video is not linked anymore to the studio. So I'm like, the video's there, but I can't even click on it to go live. And I was trying to figure out, like, okay, let me log out, log back in, log out, log back in, and it's gone. So that's annoying as hell. Now, that happened a long, long time ago. That did happen. I don't know what makes it happen, but somehow it's like, is no longer connected to the thing you scheduled it to stream. So I bet if I went to OBS, it would probably be there. But anyway, that was annoying. So sorry that I'm a little bit late. But guys, today is going to be epic because every day is epic as long as you're a winner. You know what Chucky say about winners? All right. So anyway, I'm ready to get the show started, making some new changes to the channel. I'm not doing daily vlogs anymore. I'm pretty much just going to put out videos every now and then, right? What I didn't want to do is force myself to record stuff, and I was backed up, right? So I moved from New Jersey to Florida, and I had so many things that I've recorded, but I caught up to everything around my birthday 2 weeks ago, and so now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to put out a video when I get to it, and eventually I'll put out old videos from New Jersey that I never put out. My Tuesday nights, I'm going to play random games, but Monster Hunter is gearing up, and so I will be back on Monster Hunter tonight. I can't help it. So, because I was going to do like different games on Tuesday nights, but my son and I, we want to get back on Monster Hunter. It's just really revving up to what's going on. So with our characters and all this and that, getting more powerful. It's an addictive game. But I think that's pretty much it. If you guys are new to the channel, like I said, I put out vlogs of my whole life. I've been vlogging my life since 2011. Every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, my honeymoon in Mexico, swimming with sharks is on this channel. So you guys get to see a peek into my life, my real life, because I'm Anthony L. Lewis in real life. And then on Tuesdays, we got this stream, this podcast, this show, whatever you want to call it, I want it to be kind of edgy. I want you guys to watch and say, I want to debate that person. And I'll throw you the link and let you come on and get your debate on. Now, again, we don't need to get crazy. I am the judge, jury, and executioner, so I might just have to throw you up out of here. But at the end of the day, it's going to be cool. It's very interactive. I want to make sure I read all the comments. Everybody will be a part of this show. Tuesday nights, I do a stream for the community. I'll go live, multiplayer games. Whoever got the game, jump in, blah, blah, blah. Wednesdays is We Wrestle Wednesday, my wrestling league I've been doing for well over 2 years, playing the WWE 2K games. And that's pretty much it. Anything else I do is just kind of random, and I'll do it whenever. But with that being said, I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and let's get this thing going. You realize my wife, she got her chair over here that she leaves in here sometimes because we play games together. Let's move that out the scene. All right. Let me make sure I got the right mic connected because it always annoys me when I don't. Okay, that looks good. All right, so let me see what's going on. Let me see. Freaking Salt. So I made it. Let's go, Freaking Salt. I'm Ronin Storm and Ariel's friend. Oh, that's what's up, man. Well, look. Welcome to the gun show. Listen, Freaking Salt, it's gonna be epic. If you want to be a part of the show, in a moment, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, and anybody can click on that link and be right on the show. You're gonna have a lot of fun here because it's the Wild Wild West, and anything can go down. So the Game and Vote is in the building. Games, what's up? My guy, Dude Games. Did I like the graphic palette of this one? I'm interested to see how they implement the turn-based mechanics. Are you talking about Expedition 33? Let me see. Hey, Anthony, and I call you Michael. I call you the Cowboy. Yo, Goon Squad is in the building. I know it's good. Pink is your color. Haha. Is this pink? I thought it was blue. But hey, real man wear pink, as they like to say. All right. So anyway, I want to say what's up to all you guys. Also, this show is very interactive. What's different, right, is you could be in the comments and you could say, hey, why don't we talk about this? And I will literally take your comment and put it on the show and make it a topic. So if you guys got some stuff you want to talk about, and this isn't just for gaming. Yes, gaming is the most popular thing. We like to cover a lot of gaming, but you guys know me. I love everything else. We could talk about aliens. We could talk about ghosts. We could talk about Trump. We could talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, and let's just make it into the show. So with that being said, I'm going to throw the link out so you guys could jump on and be a part of the show. Even though I haven't seen him in forever, TK9, my boy. Yo, TK9 is my guy. I just talked to him the other day on the phone. He's definitely a cool dude. Just like this, we're like cowboys, for real. When we meet up, all of these different content creators, we usually meet up and we're not cool. We usually meet up and we got some type of beef and we make videos on each other, but then we become cool. So K9 is a good friend of mine. Got to meet him in person. When I went on my trip to Virginia, it was me, my wife, and our daughters. Man, the most fun I had was meeting up with K9 and his girl. We just had a ball of a time. He's a cool dude. So yeah, that's my guy. And I talked to him, a week ago? So we have each other's phone number. We chat from time to time. Definitely a good dude. But I am his Batman to his Joker. So if anybody's going to clown K9, that loser, I'm going to clown that loser. All right, so to join the show. Like I said, anybody could join the show. If you do anything crazy, say anything crazy, I'm booting you up out of here. So, feel free to click the link. I'll bring you on. If you're first time coming on, you don't have to stay the whole show. You don't even have to show what you look like. You could be on here like this. No one needs to know what you look like if you don't want them to. If you don't want people to see you, just feel free to come on and chat, gaming, or whatever it is we're chatting. You know what I mean? It's going to be fun. We're going to enjoy it. So, yeah. Now, the Gaming Vote said it could be, very expensive. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused now. And now your mama knows. Rude Diggs in the building. Monday Night Raw was fire. Hey, bro, it was fire.
Yo, Wilson. Guys, here's the link to join. I'm going to pin it in the chat. So anybody want to join, just jump on. Again, you don't have to be on forever. You could jump in and jump out. No big deal. I want a pizza truck. Listen, man, that pizza truck that Rudiggs had was nothing less than epic. It really was. All right, guys. So I'm going to bring in my right-hand man, the guy who will stir up everybody. Because you guys know when F-Cat is coming, people are going to get in their feelings. They're going to get in their emotions. It's going to be crazy. But F-Cat is here to serve a purpose. He's here to look through the beady little eyes of all of you guys and see if you a fanboy or not. Because that's what he does. So with that being said, bring on none other than F the Cat. Let's go.
Yeah.
F-Cat, what it do, man? What's going on?
Feeling.
That's what I like to hear. Let me turn up my volume. Sorry, guys.
And I
Have
play
my
new
volume down.
games instead of old games. You
Say that again?
I play new games instead of old games. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting an
Wait,
echo
what?
from you.
Oh, is it echo from me? Maybe because I was just really up close to my monitor or the microphone right there. But here, let me this up a little bit. All right, so we got some people in. We got some people in the back, bro. So F-Cat, how we
I
doing this
thought
show
people
today?
were busy. I
Okay,
thought everybody was busy today. What happened?
I guess they wasn't.
They want to play their 360 game. I thought they
Actually, you
wanted
know
to
what's
play
funny?
that
Yeah,
360 game, you know?
dude, I seen, yeah, so they was playing with Oblivion, right? Yeah, I think a lot of people was playing Oblivion. I think that's a nerds game. Like I was never into those nerds game, man. You know, with the million numbers and buttons, and my brother was always into those games, but I was like the you know, I was never my thing. But I think it's cool that so many people are playing it though. Good for them, nerds. So all right, coming in red hot. Now you know this person is coming in. Oh, and Dude Games just said, "What's up, F-Cat?" Oh wait, before I pull on the next person, Dude Games. Yeah, so here's what's funny, Dude Games. You said you didn't know I like turn based. So I grew up in the. I mean, I'm a little old, but back in the day when RPGs first started, bro, all the Final Fantasies was turn based. Zelda, like I guess Zelda wasn't really turn based, but yeah, I mean, all the back in the day games was turn based, right? On Nintendo, Sega Genesis. My favorite RPG of all time is Phantasy Star 4. Second favorite is Final Fantasy 7. I actually was annoyed that Final Fantasy 7 actually doesn't have the remake, doesn't have a turn-based mode. Like that mode they have is not turn-based. So I just can't play it. I tried, I can't do it. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things you don't know about me because I do like turn-based. Now, let me get in none other than the guy. You know he's coming on here. But let me read this first. Let me see. I'm waiting for Oblivion to download on my PS5 Pro. Can't wait to play it. And it's been 20 years. You're a nerd. Rudiggs said wrestling is for nerds. Whoa, wrestling. Hey, Rudiggs. Hold on, F-Cat. This guy, man. Rudiggs, wrestling is for jocks. All right? A man's man. Just saying. All right. Rudiggs said it's fantasy for men. And I'm 41. Tell me something I haven't heard. All right, so coming in red hot is none other than the guy that got to show up because Sunday was The Last of Us Season 2 on HBO. So bringing in none other than TPG. TPG,
Yeah, we gotta get into that.
Hey, why are you talking smack about Oblivion, man?
Because you nerds, I'm assuming you like it. So you nerds.
Dude, first time playing it, I just downloaded it. I've been playing for like about a couple hours now. Oh my god, I can see why people love this game.
You're a nerd. So
I played Baldur's Gate. I played Baldur's Gate 3.
I know. So you're a nerd. Yes, you're a nerd. Yo, you got the beard. What's going on, bro? You letting the beard grow a little bit, I see.
Yeah, actually, I didn't realize that. It's actually finally growing outside, just a stubble.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta have that neckbeard attitude, man. Gotta have that neckbeard attitude.
Listen, bro. You know,
So let
Episode
me
2.
go to. Hold up. Say that again.
Episode 2. It's,
He said
get
wrestlers
in,
take
hang
steroids. They are
on.
the hackers of real sports. Hey, it is what it is, Rudigs. Skyrim and Fallout are awesome. They are
You
for
can share my
nerds.
screen.
Yes, sir. Let's share the screen. Bam. So
Okay.
I watched this video the other night, and it was pretty cool to show like the comparison of the show versus the game. But here's my problem with the show. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Last of Us show. All right.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can talk as much as we want.
There's not much to say. I mean, everybody knows what happened.
Well, here's what's cool. It was a really, really good episode. I mean, top tier. Here's the thing, though. If you didn't play the game, I think this season 2 is really good, right? Because you don't have much to nitpick, and it's HBO style, it's violent, it's raw, it's really, really good. But when you start comparing it to the game, they got some stuff wrong. And the biggest thing wrong, these people are blind. Like, I never seen a show that had the worst casting in my life. Like, they drive me crazy.
What do you mean? They had the chick from Intergalactic and the Fireflies.
No, wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. I seen her and I was telling my wife about Intergalactic. And then I paused and say, wait, I thought she was from that other game. Remember they showed a trailer and we thought that game was Intergalactic, but it was a different game? So now I'm confused.
I know.
That's her in Intergalactic.
I'm pretty sure she was also the original voice actor for the character she's playing in The Last of Us season 2. I think she is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me look her.
I think what was cool was the girl from the season 1 was actually the original actor and original voice casting and got to play herself. That was pretty epic. Also, Salt, if you're still around, I've seen you in the back. Jump on, brother. Sorry that I took a little bit to get to you. But my problem is the casting. Other than that, epic episode. Like, you couldn't get an episode with more like over the top stuff going on, man. It was amazing. Let me see. Oblivion First Look. When? And let me see. Last of Us Part 2 looks great on the PS5 Pro on the bottom.
It does.
You know what? The Last of Us 2, if you never played it.
This is what everybody wants Abby to look like. Right?
Dude. Oh God. Can we talk about that for a second? Like
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's go ahead and
we got to talk about the Abby situation first, man. I swear to God. I swear to God, y'all motherfuckers. No one's ever happy. So when the game came out, oh, she's unrealistic. It's woke. Oh, she's a trans person. Later find out she's straight and not trans, full female empowerment. But then it's like when the show comes out, oh, why doesn't she have more muscles? It's not like the game. You guys trashed the game. So we went with the actor who's capable. And now we're getting shit for it.
The real actor is like, she's actually hot as hell.
No, here's the thing. What you're doing is you're bringing up something we got past, right? The game already came out. The game was made. Yes, when the game came out, people was like, damn, why is she so buff, right? The story was when her dad died, she got super intense and into working out, and she said she was going to kill Joel herself. How the F does the game come out and they had that skinny little chick, didn't work? Like, I was hoping she worked out. So my wife was like, I'm telling you, she's going to be skinny. I was like, no. And that was first episode. I was like, well, the first episode is 5 years before episode 2. I'm telling you, they're going to make episode 2. She's going to be like, no. Like, I just feel like that's terrible. Like, yes, I know they said you didn't need to have her buff to portray the character, but I feel like you did, because that's like her presence in the game. Like, she's not the same character without having that physical presence, man. To me.
But dude, my point being is people bitched about her not being muscular enough now. But before they were bitching about her being too muscular. So
No,
what
but-
is it?
but
And then
TBJ.
when you listen to Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason talk about why they chose her, it's because of her. I don't know if people know this. This might be a little point for a television show. Her acting ability.
Okay,
And what were people giving her praise for? Her
let me ask you a question.
acting
Let
ability.
me ask you a question. Do you know what casting is?
Yes.
All right, so let me ask you another question. Do you think The Last of Us season 2, 1 and 2, do you think their casting is great or no? If you had to rate their casting on a 1 to 10 scale, what would you rate it?
On a 1 to 10 scale, I think
Be
I'd give it
honest.
about an 8. I give it an 8.
You'll give it about an 8. So Joel and Ellie look nothing. I mean, they didn't even try to get somebody that looked like them. They just jumped on Pedro Pascal because he was the hot thing.
My problem with the casting is that it's really hard to beat Ashley Johnson as Ellie. Like Bella Ramsey, for the record, she's doing a great job. I love her as Ellie. But she's not giving that same energy that Ashley Johnson was. Like, I feel like Bella Ramsey's playing a character versus Ashley Johnson that felt like a part of her was that character. And also I did find it weird the cast. Go ahead.
My thing is not had played the game and seen this episode is pretty much on par with the episode where Negan shows up in The Walking Dead and he starts bashing everybody's heads with the thing. I mean, this is right up there, like in terms of gruesome. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was now in the game. She she kills him with the. Well, you seen the thing with the.
No, she literally fucking bashes his head with a golf club.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, listen, the episode was great. Not even good. The episode was great, but I just saying, like, for me, I just can't believe that like I seen trailers that people made up before The Last of Us 1 came out, and the dude from Game of Thrones, what's his name?
Are you talking about the guy who played Jamie?
Yes, Jamie Lannister. Dude,
yeah.
He would have been a great Joel, right? I just felt like Pedro Pascal was kind of like he was the popular. He was Mandalorian. He was just all over, and they was like, dude, let's get this dude because he's on fire. And I just feel like they didn't try at all. This reminds me of the casting for Snow White.
Well, the reason why the reason why they got rid of him is because he has to go do Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh God!
I'm just saying, look at her.
You know it.
Look at her, and you put her next to.
He's gonna take care of somebody else's child.
Man, that's just Pedro Pascal's job. He just takes care of the kids.
Man. But it is what it is. I don't want to go on about it.
So let's
go ahead.
Yeah,
wait, where's that picture? Hang on, let me find it. There it is. Let's talk about it.
Damn, you said I.
Oh well, she didn't play that character. Huh. Cool.
What's going on, Obi Rose? Hold on, real quick. I gotta tell Obi something. Hey, Obi, I just want you to know something. Welcome to the Chosen Zone. Somebody gotta keep it alive. Damn it.
Yeah, like I said, it's like that. It's like that episode with Negan when you first see Negan. And he's like bashing everybody's heads in with the bat, with the barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that episode?
Yeah. And then what happened?
Recent episode ever aired on television.
And then what happened later on? Negan became everyone's favorite character.
That is true.
Right.
I'm just saying,
well,
man.
He became a good guy. He became a good guy. That's why.
All right, hold up, guys. I gotta bring in, coming off the press, red hot, a man who needs no introduction, a man who is trying very hard.
So why are you giving an introduction if he needs no introduction?
Very hard to get the old cowboy back, and he got me just got me riling up the community. Purple's a little annoyed with me right now. And she said to me on Twitter, "Why I gotta be in this video?" You know why, Purple? Because you ain't done till the Cowboys said you're done. All right? I'll let you go when I'm finished with you. So coming in right now is none other than Vet Rage Gaming. Hey, Vet, listen, man. I'm going to need you to stop trying to get me in trouble, man.
Nah.
Man, the shit people post on Twitter.
Yeah, that's why I
You
just
just,
avoid
like,
Twitter.
look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some thirsty shit out there too. No, I thought there was some good
There we
episode.
go. There we go.
Yeah,
Such a loving moment.
All right, so we're
Well,
bringing up the Last of Us Part 2. Episode 2 came on, so if anybody want to chat about it. I personally think it was an amazing episode, but they are terrible when it comes to casting. Nobody looks like anybody.
Cowboy. It's okay. It's
No,
about
no,
acting.
I'm saying, is that not false? What I'm saying, the thing is, I know you're a fanboy.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you to agree. Like I don't like Bella.
Exactly.
Okay. Dislike is not the word I'd use. I don't even hate her. It's just like you just can't match that energy Ashley Johnson gave. Like if you actually know why she was crying on set, yeah, she's putting it all in her.
No. Hold on, TPG. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. He's not getting it. What you're doing is, so this is the thing. If two people have a conversation, I say, "Hey, dude, I don't know."
Okay, so I think you're literally caught on the visual aspect. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, hey, man, but if you didn't play the games, this would be the.
All right, hold on. So I'm gonna have to pull TPG off real quick because you're not listening. Listen, hear me out. You're like this. Hey, I don't like your sneakers, and I'm like, oh, you don't like my sneakers? You know what? I don't like the airport over there. You're like, what the? I got to do with your sneakers. You're not. If I bring up a conversation, I'm just asking you to channel that conversation. Don't be like, well, she was crying in the back. What the hell that got to do with the casting? Meaning they don't look alike. Go ahead, Vet, because I know you want to say something. I'm gonna bring TPG back on. Vet, you there? This guy. He done kicked over his damn router. So anyway, let me bring TPG back on. So you see what I'm saying on TPG? I'm just talking. All I'm talking about is the look.
Why am I sounding like the? Yeah, I can't even see my face.
Oh, I can see you.
I can see Pedro's face like in front of me.
Oh, that's strange. Let me see. Let me. Oh, you know what? I can't see you. Let me see if I can hear you.
Because I know if Vet joined, I couldn't see him, or it didn't show up on the panel either.
Oh, you're like behind. You're like in the. I'm looking online, and you're like.
I'm in the background while the screen share's in the foreground.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this off and see. Let's fix this. All right, so. Oh, that's crazy. Why does it have you right there? All right, hold up. All right, let me see if this fixes it. That is weird. This thing is acting crazy today. Oh, it still didn't fix it.
It's my show now. I'm taking over. Cowboy, you're kicked off.
Listen, hey,
I got kicked off.
You're the man. All right, let me try to fix it real quick.
And for the record, I'm just giving you shit, Cowboy. Today, you know what? At least you like the show.
He said kicked over his router. I think he did say he was like, oh, I hit my router. I think that did happen.
Like, why is your router on the ground where you can kick it?
I think we're back to normal now. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was just simply saying that I feel like the casting is just bad. Like if you put a picture of him and Joel, like they didn't even try. That would be like Superman. Like they try to get people with the chiseled jaws and the people that look like they would be Superman. They don't just be like, well, let's get anywhere. That's why I feel like the new guy, to me, he have scenes, moments where you look at the trailer, I'm like, he looks like a Superman. And then sometimes like, I don't know. Like they just said Last of Us like, hey, listen, bro, Pedro Pascal, you on fire right now. You could be Joe. It's like, you do know Joe was white and I was Spanish, and I'm Spanish, right? It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know.
Anyways, good episode. Traumatizing as all hell. It made me cry a little. I did like the fact they actually explain why she's doing it to begin with, instead of in the games where you have to wait 20 fucking hours to finally find out why she's killing Joel. And by then, you kind of forgot she did it because, short-term memory. And I did like the fact that Joel's final thoughts weren't about, Abby torturing him. It was actually about, like, Jackson and seeing that it's on fire and wondering if Tommy was still alive.
I wonder why they switched up Tommy and what's the girl name? Dina,
yeah.
Yeah.
If I were to take a guess, it's because they probably want to give Dina a little bit more screen time than she gets in the game. Because, like, in the game, for the most part, she's kind of like in the background after a certain point. So
I was thinking maybe they did it because if they already killed Joel and they had another male, it's almost like they probably would have killed the male. Like, why wouldn't they? Like in a video game, you could do whatever, but on screen, it's kind of like, bro, we just killed that dude. How are we not going to kill his brother, right? So on screen, so I guess, hey, don't kill the female. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they did it for that, to be more sympathetic.
Well, I also really liked, it wasn't Joel or Tommy's fuck up that exposed Joel. It was Dina's. Because remember, when he first saves Abby in the show, she's shouting, Joel! And then Abby hears that. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a little detail I didn't realize. But then I actually have been playing the game recently on permadeath. Right. I actually caught like a little audio problem where Tommy says Joel's name.
Right.
And Abby's in, clear sight, she can hear. I don't know. I'm a weirdo when it comes to this franchise.
You can't feel bad because it wasn't anybody's fault. Like, they didn't, it wasn't, they didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I think both are good. I'm going to say this right now. Right now, I'm kind of still edging on the show being better. Just because it's kind of like a second draft, where it's like they got to patch the holes that they didn't realize they had to begin with.
Right.
If you saw the preview for the next episode, she's pretty much training to go after Abby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna have her buff,
Who knows, man?
It doesn't matter, just as long as one of them is buff, right?
I don't know. Seeing Bill Ramsey do some of those WWE moves on that freaking barnyard was kind of crazy. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I will say this: I wasn't as into hold up real quick, FK. I wasn't as into part 2 as I was into part 1. Part 1 is, I've stayed for the record. In my history of playing video games, for me, it's the best game I've ever played. Just meaning when I played it, when it came out on PlayStation 3, compared to everything I played in my life, like, the day one when you play something and whatever feelings you got, when I played The Last of Us Part 1, I felt I have never played a game that was this put together from beginning to end, from graphics to story to gameplay. When that game ended, I was like, this is a masterpiece. If I died today, I would have played the best game. Now, it's not my favorite game, but it's still the best game I've played in my career of gaming. But Last of Us 2, I felt it was way too long. Like, even my friend who didn't play the game, he was like, oh, I guess The Last of Us 3 is coming out because they greenlit season 3. I was like, no, the damn game was that long that it's going to be 2 seasons to cover one game. It's like, oh. Anyways, I won't get into all that, but let me read Maker of Chaos thing. He said, in my opinion, I don't like the change of Tommy staying at the town instead, because it's now going to make Tommy look really cocky when he abandons his town to chase after Abby. You know what? It's always had a spin.
Well, he's got Tara holding shit down over there. She's straight.
So I actually kind of like that change for a different kind of an interesting reason. So before you do that, just in case, let me get the doc real quick. Got a celebrity in the building. Doc Dark said, and that game was only $60. Now we got mobile graphics for $80.
You know what?
Hey man,
You are
when dog
right.
speaks facts, when he speaks facts, he speaks facts.
Goon Squad said, hey, Doc, hold up. And Doc, what do you mean I was being messy? Bro, I wasn't being messy. I was just stating some obvious facts. We know who you was talking about in your video, and you didn't care to, put them out there. Guys, I need to do something real quick. So just hold on to your hats real quick. I'm gonna give y'all a little peep into my most recent video. You guys should go see the whole thing. But I gotta show you one little thing.
I'm getting these chips away
All right,
from me
hold on.
before I eat.
So you gotta give them that inch. All right. But you get. All right. So here we go. Here, let me show you guys this real quick. We're gonna come back to the show, but I just want to show you guys. Check out some of the content. I try to keep it funny, but check this out.
Gamers is what give them the reason to take a mile.
Don't give them that hammer. You and I are way smarter than this.
And Doc Dark, he's a nice guy.
Man the fuck up.
But the cowboy isn't so nice. You guys remember when Eminem said this?
Smith don't got a cuss in his rap to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
Well, I'm gonna call a spade because Purple Haze, Doc is talking about you.
All of a sudden, I see Nintendo fans and Sony fans becoming experts in supply chain management. They become experts in tariffs. They're becoming experts in inflation. And inflation, you know what an inflation calculator is? No, you don't. Shut your mouth.
That's based upon inflation alone. That the price of a $60 game during when Switch 1 launched is actually the same price almost as basically an $80 game today.
All right, so I'm sorry, I had to do that to Purple Haze, but whoops, whenever you put the slide back up. So guys, I'm gonna link the video in the chat, or just put it in the chat. Guys, make sure you check out the video. It was very fun making. It was it's pretty entertaining. You guys got to check out the rest of the video. But Doc, thank you very much. Doc, I agree with you though. You were killing it, man. Everything you said was on point. Let me get down to the chat. Let me see. Gunka said, all I know, they better let Ellie do the stuff in the show like she did in the gym. In the game. I get what you're saying. And Doc is laughing. Doc said, bro, the editing is killing me. Hey, listen, man, I had a lot of fun with this one. The moment you were kind of flipping out, I was like, I know what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna put the finger at Purple Haze. But Doc was being nice. He didn't want to put it at her. And I thought in my head, all of a sudden I heard Eminem, Will Smith don't got a cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do. And I was like, I'm about to add that in there. Now, I didn't know if YouTube was going to get me. I was like, it's a short piece. I don't know if they're going to get me or not, but I'm going to go for it. So I thought it was a lot of fun. But guys, make sure you definitely check out the full video. It's pretty much, Doc is saying that there's a new, I haven't heard this stuff besides Doc, but and you guys let me know if you heard this, that the new thing is gaming is a luxury hobby. And so I don't think so, because gaming is by choice. And I think the premise of my video, as Doc's video, is at the end of the day, you could spend a lot of money on a super high PC. You could spend a lot of money on a PlayStation 5 Pro. But you could also play most of them games on a phone or something portable. Or, for everything high end, you can still, not the same experience, right? You want the same graphics, but you could end up playing the same game, But here's the guy coming back because his router is back on. Vet, Rage Gaming. Vet, did you kick over your router? Vet, you there?
Vet, you there?
I think Vet, he really did break something.
Yeah.
Cloud game is not the future of video games.
Hey, we done with Last of Us? Because I got a review to do right quick.
It's kind of like,
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's talk about $80 mobile games. Let's talk about $80
Talk
mobile
about
games.
this.
Let's talk about this. Hold on, wait. Before you do this, let's be fair. No spoilers. My wife is thinking about seeing it, so I might actually see it. So can we just calm down and spoil it? I know you
it's good. It's good. It's just
Okay.
I don't know where I've
Like,
seen this.
So FCAT, if you rated it from 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I give it a 9, but like it doesn't get the full 10 because I see like all these outlets. They're like, oh, it's an original movie. It's an original movie, and I'm like, no, this is not an original. This is literally like almost a reboot of Dust Till Dawn.
I kind of want to counter what you said. So you did say you don't feel it's authentic because it's like 2 movies in one. Dust Till Dawn and
Yeah,
Django,
and
right?
Jenga.
But
Jenga.
here's my
Cowboy
thing.
Jenga.
But if you had to take 2 movies to make one, isn't that one movie original? Like, because you can't, unless you could tell me they did the
Depends how
same.
it plays out.
That video that I put on the Discord with that Mexican guy, and he was like, "Oh, it's pretty much par for par what Dust Till Dawn did," and that's what it felt like. Like once they got to like the vampires and stuff, and they're in the place, like from that point on, it was just Dust Till Dawn. It felt like Dust Till Dawn.
Hey man, I haven't seen it. I don't even know what this movie's called. I don't even know what it's called.
He's incapable of not ruining this movie.
It's called.
Isn't this the one that has 2 Michael B. Jordans in it?
Yes, yes, it has 2 Michael B. Jordan.
Okay, so wasn't this one advertised at WrestleMania?
Not sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not trying to.
Anyways, listen. I don't have much to say on it because I didn't see it, but I will say this, FCAT. I told you. You were like, bro, got 100. I was like, the movie's not out yet. You can't go by.
The trailers are good. The trailers are good. The trailers were good. Then the early reviews were come out, and those were like fantastic and amazing. And they were like, "Oh yeah, it's 100% Rotten Tomatoes." I go see it, and I was like, I felt like I already seen it. I felt like I already seen it.
You can't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
No, it's not even that. I won't say that. All I'm saying is you can't trust the reviews of something that hasn't come out yet. That's what I'm saying. Because the actual regular people, right? So like those are the reviewers, right? They think differently than the common you and I, right? They do that for a living. So their mind, like you ever see when they do like Academy Award movies, you'll be like, I don't like none of those movies. They're real artsy and stuff. You gotta wait till the regular general public get their hands on it and be able to see what they say. The same thing with a video game.
So like just like with South of Midnight, like the tone, the vibe, the settings, all 10, soundtracks 10, dialogues 10, story is a 10.
Even right there,
intertwined into this Dust Till Dawn copy of moments.
I think when FCAT's talking, I don't think he could actually hear.
FCAT, I'm just trying to say, like, if all these outlets are giving a 10 on everything, that should be a red flag.
No, I'm saying I'm giving it a 10.
No movie, no TV show, no fucking video game is a 10 across the board.
No, I'm saying they're a 10.
Dare I say, The Last of Us Part 1 was a 10 across the board.
That's my only grievance with this movie. Like I
feel you had to have played it when it came out. If you played it years later, you know.
I didn't play it years later. I played it like a year after.
Yeah, that don't count.
But my point is, like, whenever outlets get early reviews out too, that should also be a kind of a red flag. It's like, well, of course you're gonna give it favorable reviews because you got to see it early.
Like I turned to my brother.
I think it's the reviewers and the people who don't review things. We just have a different mind, right? For instance, me and my friend Big Mike. Big Mike is super into every little detail. He knows his opinion of a movie would be different based off of the director. I'll just watch the movie to see how I feel about the movie. His opinion might be different of the movie because of the composer that did the music or the score. I'd be like, what does that have to do with the movie? So these guys who review movies, they know every little, who did a screenplay, so they give movies a little extra bump because the things that the average person go to the movie, sit down and watch, we don't even know that stuff. That don't cross our mind, so we're not giving it extra points for that.
No, my thing is that this movie is just like South of Midnight. Like everything's a 10, but something like with South of Midnight is the combat. With this, it turns into Dusk Till Dawn. Like
Well, let me ask you this: Did you like Dusk Till Dawn?
yeah, Dusk Till Dawn's a great movie. It's just
So it turns into something you really like. That's crazy. Picture that.
it's like saying a cover band is original. You know what I'm saying?
But I see my issue with that is you said it takes 2 movies to make this movie.
But this movie feels like so you're walking into a club and there's this cover band and they're really good. They sound just like who they're singing and who they're playing, and I mean it's perfect. But in the end of the day, they're a cover band.
Yeah, but I think your analogy is bad because you said it took 2 movies to make this movie. So you're not being fair. You're not being true to what you said in Discord. You're leaving that out, to paint a different picture. I'm just saying.
Well, it's not really like Django because Django is like extra, but it has like Django-ish moments.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, here, let me do this. Let's try and see if Vet Rage Gaming could get in here this time.
Can you hear me now? Is it working now?
Yes, sir. That was clear.
Okay, well that's what I thought. I just hopped on my phone. Also, I just got to say, anybody that says cloud gaming is not the future, get the fuck out of here. Just walk away. Just walk away. Look, I understand. No. Hold up. I understand that you're a PlayStation pony, and I understand that ponies don't have cloud gaming, real cloud gaming. You got console cloud gaming. That's not even real cloud. Oh, wait. Yes, you do. My bad. PlayStation gave everybody PlayStation 4 cloud gaming on PC with a shitty UI. Yeah, when you get like real games and good shit, like you constantly are getting games all the time, then come talk to me. Not your watered down has been. Ain't nobody play that bullshit games on PlayStation Cloud.
So Vet, I gotta counter you a little bit, Vet. So I feel like this. So the other day, I think
counter it.
Well, hey TPG, you had
hey, hold up. Purple Haze said what now? 40 minutes? This is a TV show. We don't wait 40 minutes for no one.
Purple say,
look. Purple. Hold on. Purple, let me break it down for you. Look at this. I had tech issues. I'm still here. What's the excuse? Should not be an excuse because it doesn't matter. This is a live TV show here. It's on a train. I'm in the mountains. I'm still able to bring it. I'm still able to bring content. I live in the mountains in the middle of nowhere with hillbillies and moonshine everywhere.
It said moonshine. Hold up, TPG, you got anything to say? Hold up, TPG, you got.
Go for it.
Wait, hold up, TPG, do you got a counter to anything he said?
He can't count the PlayStation 4 graphics.
I was saying that cloud gaming stuff to bait him into talking because in case he was being quiet for whatever reason.
Okay, all right. So let me jump in there. Right?
Vet quiet. That's funny.
So Vet, here's my issue. Vet. Hold on, here's my issue, Vet. My issue with cloud gaming is the same issue I had before. And I'll say this. I got out of Stadia because they wasn't bringing me the games. Now, meaning, the problem with cloud gaming, I think, for me, is the best of the best is xCloud. Meaning, when I think of games, I think of the large library games they have and the current games they have. But my issue is kind of what you just said about PlayStation. They only got a certain amount of games. Well, the same thing with xCloud and the same thing with GFN. For instance, do they still do GFN Thursdays where you're like this? Oh my God, are they gonna come out with my game? Is it coming? And they're like, no.
I don't look. Hold on. Let me first off, I don't know nothing about GFN because I got kicked out of the ambassador program. Apparently, they didn't like my quality of comic when I allegedly made fun of Assassin's Creed Shadows, so I got permanently banned. 2, that's PC gaming. Wow. You quit. Why people still to this day still want to think that they can compare PC gaming to console gaming, let alone with cloud. Cloud gaming is not on par with is not the same as console cloud gaming.
Here's my thing though, right? So I'm not.
And let's be real. Hold on. Let's be real with GFN. We all know that all they get a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, is some old janky ass games that ain't nobody playing anyways.
I agree.
Unless it's Xbox, then you get in the new stuff.
So, but here's my issue with Xbox, right? So now you could break this down for me. So has Xbox made that point of where whatever you purchase, you'll be able to play in the cloud? Is that an actual thing yet or not?
Yeah, I mean, have you not seen the constant catalog that they keep increasing of the stream your own games?
What's up, Cherry Man? But that's my problem though. So this is where cloud, because imagine.
But can you buy any game and play it in the cloud on PlayStation? No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
On any device. On any device.
Not any device.
Wait. All right, hold on. Wait.
Look, I'm gonna smack around some PlayStation ponies. I'm gonna have to brand them with a VRC logo. It's called Vet Rage Gaming or VRG, whatever. I can't spell. I told you I'm in the mountains.
I'm not back. Here's my thing. I'm not back in PlayStation. I'm not back in Xbox. What I'm saying is, cloud gaming for me, right? My argument isn't, PlayStation. No, I'm not bringing up. I'm saying for me, if let's say there's a certain game I wanted to play, and I was the only cloud gamer. My issue is it's a possibility it wouldn't be in the cloud, and then I would be like, damn, what can I do? And that was my problem with Stadia, and that's what ultimately made me buy a console.
Right, but that is you, the general, and I understand that. I get that. The general masses, PlayStation isn't bothered with cloud gaming. They're not even pushing cloud gaming to the general masses. That's what separates them from Xbox. PlayStation is fixated on consoles, on hardware, on plastic boxes that eventually are going to be obsolete garbage cans.
Hear me out. Why you keep bringing up PlayStation? I'm actually
because that's the only two consoles. Because that's the only two consoles that have cloud gaming.
No, dude. First off, your mic is like really spiking. Damn, that hurt my ear.
No, that's just called the passion of the Jew. Sorry.
No, like your mic is literally picking up like a lot of fucking noise.
Oh, probably because I'm holding the microphone while I wander around my house. The benefit of being on a phone. Holding my mic.
He's jogging right now. No, here's a question.
Yeah, calm down, man. I'm getting in shape.
Yeah. So whoa.
I got to smack a pony or two.
I thought Nintendo has cloud gaming also. Why you left them out?
Because is that really is that cloud gaming? That's like, come on now.
But you can't like say if they do have cloud gaming, which they do, then you can't leave them out. You know what I'm saying?
I can because it's not even. I don't consider it cloud gaming. Hell, Nintendo don't even consider it cloud gaming. Mic is loud. Hold up. Turn that bitch down some. There you go.
Let me get to the chat.
It's like, oh shit, bet at it again.
Your mic is too loud. Here, let me see if I can turn that down. I don't know if
you should be able to turn out everyone like
it does have the little thing, but I don't know if it really works though. Vet, say something now.
Yeah, I can't even hear him, but I see his thing moving.
Maybe it does work. All right, Vet, say something now.
If you mute me again, I'm gonna show you who the real king of. If you turn my volume down, I'm gonna show you who the king of content is.
Yeah, say that again, Vet.
Heard him. He was. I hear him clearly. Yeah, he was much loud. He was less.
Yeah, loud. It does work. Okay, because before
I also hold on.
Okay, cool.
I'll show you this as well. This is.
I know you're going to pre-order Switch 2. Vet at it again.
Like always, baby. Vet, like always. Look, this is why I sounded like a boss earlier. It's probably because the microphone I'm holding is right there. Hold on, I don't want y'all to see my feet because, unless you pay up.
Feet. I know them ashy toes.
Hey, I got lotion somewhere around here.
Did you see
and then I guess they're the OnlyFans, right?
Oh shit!
Well, but
who says I'm not already on that shit?
Like, Vet, listen. I'm not done with you yet.
Bro. I'm listening.
So let's say Xbox. We're just gonna stick to Xbox because you said, and I think Xbox for me, that would be the cloud I would like because I'm more of a console gamer, so it gives you a console feeling. But is Monster Hunter Wilds on the cloud on Xbox?
Man, I don't.
I'm just curious.
Probably.
I mean, I can
I
check.
don't know if
It
it
is
is.
on
I don't know if it
Boosteroid.
is.
It
Let's
is
say
on
okay.
Boosteroid.
Hold up, let me see. Let's.
No, I'm asking if it's on Xbox because that's my current favorite game at the
I
moment.
think it's
right?
on Boosteroid.
You said which Monster Hunter? Which one? Wild?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
All right, hold up.
So they got a list that tells you?
Yeah, I just searched for it in the Xbox app, and it'll have a cloud next to it if it's on the cloud.
Hey, hold up, Vet. Houston told me to say this to you. He said, Vet, chill.
Son of a...
Oh my god, that is loud.
So you're ready for our next thing, Cowboy?
Yeah, well, I was just waiting for the Vet to have some type of good response, but apparently he don't.
All right.
You know?
Hey, man, I got nothing
Grandpa, calm down, Grandpa. Don't get your knickers in a bunch.
Hold up, let me give him 1 minute.
Man, Cowboy,
hey,
just calm
down.
Listen,
I'm
listening.
just want to tell you this, Bet. I consider myself a winner, right? And if I'm a winner, then you're the opposite, which would...
You're a winner. And you know what winners say? Fuck the losers who can't take a joke. Man the fuck up.
That's been a while.
I'm just saying, Vet, all right? Don't think we always gonna be on the same side, Vet. I go to war with you too. You made me this way, Vet. And if it has to spill over the TPG, the FCAT, the U, the Cherry Man, the Purple, the ISO, everybody, it's your fault. Just so you know that, Vet. You made me this way.
It's not my fault. I take full I'm not denying it. I take full responsibility. I've been dogging your ass for this constantly, and I'm going to continue until I resurrect the old cowboy.
Listen, you already got Doc talk about I'm being messy. Purple about to come on here in 30, 40 minutes.
Doc ain't got no room to be talking about being messy when the man be doing his streams in his laundry room.
God, damn.
Look. I'm going to go after everybody. I'm making a name for myself. If I'm going to, I told you. We're going to bring back
Hold up, Vet. Cherry Man said don't bring him in it. You know what, Cherry Man? You damn Nintendo loving. I'm about to.
No, wait, 7. I got to leave here shortly.
No,
I ain't gonna, hey, look, I ain't gonna bring CMG in. The only thing I need is more rant videos. I miss those.
Hell yeah.
Dude, the rant videos were legendary. Shut up, ISO. I see that damn shit.
He said Dr. Laundry videos. He is killing it.
I know. God damn it.
He said this is really helpful for my workout. We got you, bro. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so man, are you back on this damn marathon? What now?
So they dropped the NDA for the alpha. Currently, Xbox players are able to actually access this and play it right now.
Oh, that's
so we're looking at actual footage from the game.
Hey, FCAT, did they drop it because people with the closed beta were streaming it on Twitch?
No, they dropped it because they got scared because the reception from the trailer was very lukewarm.
Real quick. Hold on, let me get this off too. Damn it, man. I can't understand this damn thing. All right, so hold up. Listen, CMG. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I want one of those old epic rant videos. I want the explosion, the atomic bomb. CMG, I want you to hit us with one of them damn CMG videos that make me want to fall out my chair. So CMG, yes, you're sitting there probably on a treadmill or whatever the hell you're doing in the gym. Bro, I want that next rant video to come hard, all right? I'm just, whoa. Pause. But at the end of the day, CMG, I want when that next video drop, I want everybody to be looking around, and I want you to look them in the eyes and say,
Man the fuck up.
all right, anyways.
Cowboy, just so you know, after a certain point, it ain't a cameo anymore from Chucky. He's an ongoing member of this panel.
Bro, Chucky's part. Listen, he's back, man. Full time. All right. So, I mean, I'll have to check this out on my own time to see. Could you make it bigger? FCAT?
No.
Thing in the corner, right?
That's like that's enough.
Oh, okay. All right, anyways.
No, so they were scared. Everybody, well, everybody had a lukewarm reception to it, and they got scared because they got Concord PTSD, so they dropped the NDA.
So I have to watch this, but what do you guys think of the gameplay that you're looking at? It looks like,
looks faster than the trailer. Looks faster than the trailer.
What'd you say?
The trailer. It said it looked faster than the trailer, and the trailer looked like it was running at like 10 frames per second.
Hey man, if it ain't 10 frames or less, I can't play it.
Can't play it, bro. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna crap on this game yet. I gotta get my hands on it. But I will say this: I've been waiting. Like, I think extraction games is something that I never really messed with too much. Besides Bigger and Hunt Showdown, and I still feel Hunt Showdown is the most underrated game I've ever played. Like, that game blew me away. Like, I got that game from GameFly, and after an hour playing the tutorial, I just stopped and was like, I'm buying this right now, and sent the game back. Funny enough, I don't play it anymore. But
this is pretty much it. I said this is actual gameplay.
If this is what they are planning on releasing, it's dead. It's just
so ISO. I'll get it.
Basically Apex Legends.
I'll get it ISO, and I'll I'll do my my video on it, my first impressions. It's definitely, it'll be in the chamber. And speaking of that, let me show y'all something.
Man, when the
speaking of that,
guy tells you he won't play it.
Just so you guys know, next week, live from this channel, I will be doing my Expedition 33 first impression streams because GameFly just put this in the mail. So it comes out.
I'm gonna tell you what, this better be as good as Legends of Dragon.
Well, they're two totally complete different games, right? So
no.
Well, this is a turn-based game. You know that, right?
Legends of Dragon was a turn-based too.
Game stand on its own 2 feet instead of comparing it to something else.
Yeah, I mean, he do got a point though. I mean, hold on, which game you talking about? You talking about the game that was on Stadia with the little dude with the big head?
No, this was on PlayStation only. It came with like
Legends of Dragoon from back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Why would you compare that to this?
Because that was the best turn-based game I've ever played.
Oh my god!
That you've ever played.
Good logic. It's gotta be better than the best.
Hold up, you never played Final Fantasy VII?
Better than the best.
Original?
Fuck no.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Anyways, guys, so yeah, I will be doing this next week, so that'll be kind of cool. All right. So what are you guys up to, man? TPG. First, let's talk a little bit, man, before we go forward, bro. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? Like, what's going on?
Just been doing my thing. Just like I said, started playing Oblivion. Fucking loving it. First time ever playing. And although funny enough, I played Skyrim before it and kind of mixed about Skyrim for the most part. Can't wait to play Days Gone. Me just doing my Last of Us reviews. I actually got a video coming up saying stop the Nintendo bootlicking.
Okay.
Just like
did you see
that people on fucking Twitter make me just want to look into some therapy. Like I can't take it anymore, man.
Did y'all see that they're already calling Oblivion woke?
Nah, yes, because there's 2 body types, but it's not female, male. That's why.
Okay, fair enough. FCAT, what have you been up to, man? You just went to the movies. That was dope. I would have thought you would have pirated the movie, but you actually went to the movies, allegedly. So what's going on? What else is going on in your world, man?
Not much. Waiting on. I'm gonna play the Expedition 33.
Yeah.
I just popped up new games. Eel Seed,
Okay, never heard
which
of that.
is basically like it's like Stellar Blade, but not Stellar Blade.
I want to see something real quick, but go ahead.
You can pull up the trailer if you find it.
No,
Hey
what I
man, I'm
was
sorry
gonna
if
pull up-
I seem disruptive or whatever.
Oh,
It's like,
Eel Seed came out today.
So I'm confused. I could have sworn at that one game show they showed a different game. Remember FCAT, the PlayStation game show? You were like, oh, they're gonna show this and that, and they showed the bald-headed black chick, and I thought that said it wasn't Intergalactic, but that is her from Intergalactic. I'm so confused. Right? Remember? Do you remember? Right? Remember, it was a game that came out. Maybe she was. I don't know. It was a game that came out on that showcase, and we were all like, "Oh, Intergalactic," and at the end, it wasn't Intergalactic. But I could have sworn she was in it. Now I'm confused. I'm probably gonna have to go back and look at that showcase to see what game.
The space game.
Yeah, it was a space game.
Yeah. I know it's fun. Pull up that thing. Pull up the intro private.
What thing? Oh, you said. Oh, hold on. Let me go to it. All right, here we go. Oh, hold up. Guys, this is gonna be still. It's called Still Seeds. All right, check this out.
Yeah, I pressed play.
I thought I pressed play. I'm like, why is that pause? It's all in the eyes. Why I had to destroy the books, man?
The machines were once supposed to protect us.
This is
now going to destroy.
It's one of those trailers I don't need the volume for, just so I don't get knocked. So now, is this out yet? You said you've been playing it now?
Yeah, this came out today.
Okay.
And I got kind of the same traversal as South of Midnight.
Okay.
But
you said
it's like hack and slash, stealthy. You can also use that robot thing as a gun, which is pretty cool. There's also parts of the game where it'll switch the camera to side scroller, which is also cool.
Sounds like it's more in the vein like a Nier Automata kind of thing.
All right, later. See you. I gotta go, guys. And he said, yeah, I feel like you're setting this game up for failure. I
mean, anytime FCAT fucking tries to back a game, of course it fails.
This is true. But
that's the guy who backed Quantum Error.
What other games are out?
Man, it's a Stellar Blade ripoff, so I don't think it's gonna do amazing things. Nobody's gonna get over Stellar Blade.
No, you gotta have a girl with a big butt, so that's not a Stellar Blade ripoff.
She does. She does.
Speaking of Stellar Blade, did you guys actually hear the developer of that game is now the richest guy in Korea?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I read online. I was
Dude,
like, wow, Jesus.
A business is made to make a profit, so good for him.
Yeah. I mean, when you've been playing Cowboy, you're asking us. It's like, I'm boring as hell. I'm sitting here playing my PlayStation games.
Man, I'm so into Monster Hunter right now. So I started off as a novice, right? So, all right, let me paint the picture. Monster Hunter is the game where you could be a nerd, or you could just be like, I'm just picking up a weapon and swing, right? And I was just picking up a weapon and swing. But now I'm starting to learn, like, oh, put a trap down. Oh, hit the enemy or the creature with a tranquilizer. Oh, eat your food before you go on a hunt so you get a buff. Oh, now I'm actually you got the regular low rank and a high rank. Now I'm in a high rank. Like there's people running around with level like 16 or something, which is good. I'm now in the 60s. So my son and I, or I made an announcement last week. I said, I've been doing Monster Hunter streams after this show for like 7 weeks, right? And I said last week, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to just randomly do different games every Tuesday night.
Whatever you're playing at the time.
Right. But I was talking to my son and we was like, we both leveled up pretty great. And we're like, but we haven't played together in like a week. So I was like, man, I can't wait till we play again on our levels. And now we got some new things to chase, right? Trying to get this new armor, this new gear, but you got to fight these super high top tier creatures. And he was like, yeah, I wonder where we're going to get back on. I said, let's just do it tonight. So I'm really excited. I don't know. I'm really loving this game. Loving it more than I did when I played Monster Hunter Worlds for like 3 weeks. For like 3 months when Destiny had a low time. And I really liked it, but Destiny pulled me back. This game is cool. So anyway, I'm playing that. I really, really like Split Fiction so much that I beat it with my wife. And as soon as I beat it with my wife, I told my son, you got to play this. So I instantly beat it with my wife and start playing it with my son. And then what was cool was I got to be the character that my wife used. And it's like 2 different games when you do play the other character. You're like, damn, the stuff you got to go through, I didn't have to go through. So I thought that was cool. Fortnite, I want to get back into the rotation because they got some cool stuff with the Sub-Zero powers and Scorpion powers. I'm a sucker for when Fortnite adds gimmicks that I like. And melee, I've always been more into melees than guns. And they got pretty cool melees in the game they added right now.
Fortnite is so weird because like it's a game I tell myself like, okay, I'm gonna stop playing this. Then like 3 months later, I'm like, I kind of want to play Fortnite all of a sudden. I don't know why. It just sneaks up on me.
Well, here's what's weird. What I do every day, almost every day, if I forget, I go on Fortnite. I'm about to do it right now. Just to I got it on my phone, so I use Fortnite on my phone.
Check the item shop.
I checked the item shop.
Yeah, we all do, dude.
Like
I was doing that, no joke, for 2 years, hoping the Kratos skin would finally come back. And guess what? Never fucking came back, and then I gave up hope.
So Kratos skin is on my list, which I mean, you just pretty much telling me I'll never get it. And Optimus Prime is at the top of my list, and I hear I'll never get it.
Yeah, that was a battle pass only, though. I believe.
Hey, look, man. So I look every day.
Definitely have Cyberpunk and the Witcher stuff in there. I'm like, oh, I'm buying this shit. I'm sorry. I know I'm just giving into the bad system, but
well, they did. Wait, they did have. They did have Witcher stuff. You seen that, right?
Yeah. They had Geralt for a battle pass, Ciri and Yennefer for the item shop.
Right. So I about a month ago, I turned it on. Dude, I spent $60-something because I bought John Cena, I bought Bianca Belair, and I bought Scorpion. So some people are like, bro, you spend all that money on a game you don't play. It's just a thing. You just want certain skins. Now I get it.
Did you see the added Undertaker and Cody Rhodes?
I did see that. Now, I'm cool with Undertaker and Cody, but they're not one of my people. Like, this is my thing. It has to be like, I made a list like a while ago when I started playing it again. And if it's somebody on my list, I'm like Colossus was on my list. I seen it, gotta have it. Matter of fact, the new John Cena they added John Cena again, but now he got the Avenue. Like he didn't have that before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta buy it. So anyway, but so those are probably the games I'm currently playing, and WWE, obviously.
Yeah, well, you're always playing at WWE.
Here's a funny thing. I brought you up last week. Or the week before last.
What they all say about me.
Well, I actually brought you up, and I used you to make a case. I had to do it.
As an example.
I actually kicked Loco out of the group.
Whoa!
I had to. I said, look, the thing is, like, it was early in the night. You know how he is. And again, he's a personal friend of mine.
He gets rattled easily. Listen, and it's just like he'll keep it going all night.
I love the guy. He's a personal friend of mine, right? I know him in real life for over 20 years. But when it comes to the wrestling, At one thing I said to you, I said, TPG, maybe this just isn't for you. If it pulls the worst out of you, like you're a cool dude, I like you, but if that environment, it can make you or break you. And I told
It's
you, I
that
said, bro,
competitiveness. It's like that. God
yes.
damn it, I'm losing,
And
so
you had many
I gotta
weeks
get
where
mad.
you were like, you have many weeks where you're like, bro, I can't play anymore. It's not good for me. And then you try it again. In the end, it was just like you realize like it's not for you. And I said it. I said, this just isn't for you. And I had to say to him, it was like we was only playing for like an hour and a half. That's early in the night. We was on the second game. And like we had a thing where so they had that weird glitch. If somebody can't see somebody, that person has to exit and come back in. So I literally said he couldn't see somebody. I said, just jump out and come back. Now my wife brought me food. I was eating. I got up, walked out, came back, sat down, and I said, "You guys ready? We good?" Everybody was in, and my friend M3 was having issues. He came back. He said, "I'm good." I said, "Loco, you good?" He didn't say nothing. I assumed he was good because I got up, walked out. I put the match to go, and it was having an issue. He said, "Mother effer, this because of you, you know." I said, "Bro, calm down. I thought you jumped out." "No, you stupid." And I'm like, "Bro," I was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna mute you," because I muted him a couple weeks ago and he got mad, and then he left for like a month and came back. So I said, "Bro, I'm just gonna mute you." He said, "Oh, mute me, mother effer." Blah blah blah. I said, "You know what? I'm gonna do one better. I'm kicking you again." So he went nuclear, and then I kicked him out. And I just decided, you know what? I can't bring him back because I said, look, if this is unfair to TPG, I literally said to TPG, I said, "Bro, this isn't good for you." And I said, for him, and it's only because he's a personal friend of mine, I let him stay this long. But at the end of the day, bro, I get demonetized all the time because of him. It's like, it's just not for him. And we're cool, and it's just not for him. It brings out the worst in him. It just really does. Like when we play Fortnite together, he doesn't act like that at all. But WWE,
I don't know why it's the kind of same case with me too. It's like I'm playing Fortnite, I lose, I'll be like, "Oh, cool, move on."
Right.
But when I lose in WWE, for all suddenly it's like it's more personal to me. It's like, God damn it, I almost had it, and it's like, ugh.
It's something about all the guys playing together. Sometimes you get dog piled on and you lose, and you be like, "Yo, what the F?" Right? But you gotta, like last week or the week before, last week, Energy and McNasty got mad because I made them lose their tag. I said, "Hey, let's take the belts off them because they had it for 6 weeks," right? They said, "You're not winning another match." The last 3 matches, they jumped me every match to make sure I wouldn't win. I said, "All right, McNasty, I guarantee you ain't gonna win a match either." So through all the headaches and them attacking me, I made sure he was weak so he didn't win. But that's
Energy just walks out of all the titles like, "I got all the leather."
Hey, so it's just one of those things where it's just you got to be like super thick skin in that environment, and like he's just not. So anyway, I did bring you up because I said, "Look, dude, if we had to let go of TPG, right? He couldn't handle it." I was like, "You're a new TPG." He really didn't like that. But
you know it was bad when you're acronym. But no, I get it. Like, hey man, sometimes shit happens. I've been playing my GM mode and like, oh my god, I didn't realize this until like the new update. They actually added the women's intercontinental and US titles for GM mode. I was like, well, that would have been great if I would have known, because I had like all these feuds going on, but there's no belt for them. So I'm like,
what? I was just looking at Fortnite. Nothing new. I never played that mode, but I played the hell out of my ride. So I did I leveled my character all the way up, did everything. So I did that because I wanted to unlock all the characters they had. So I unlocked every character in my rides. But so those are the games I've been playing. But guys in the chat, what games have you guys been playing if you want to add in as well?
Tell us, guys, what you've been playing besides the best games ever.
Yes, what have you been playing?
Quick question, y'all. How do y'all feel about having to pick a new pope in 2025?
Hold on, say that again.
We're gonna pick a new pope in 2025.
I thought the pope was picked by the Vatican or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, FCAT's just saying.
I don't think we have a decision. It's like
I think he's just saying in general.
Well, you know what? I want to be the new pope. I will be a new pope.
TPG for pope.
I'm a little young though.
Let me see something.
God told me that you're all awesome. Goon Squad, jeez, you've been playing the Helldivers too still? Jeez, man.
Yo, Goon Squad been playing the hell out of Helldivers. And you know what's crazy? I actually told him about Helldivers, and I feel bad because he bought it and I never played with him.
Dude, I remember when before that game came out, I was on your show, and I was like, "Man, this game's gonna be special." And then someone in the chat was like, "Oh, this game ain't gonna take off." And I was like,
yeah, my thing is, I just hope it would be a good multiplayer game, and I think it is. It's just for some reason, whenever I play it, I'm like, this game is amazing. When I'm not playing it, I have zero interest to play it again. It's
I
like
know
somebody
that's
has
like
playing it and get
multiplayer
me
game
to
for
play
me
it.
as well. It's like
Did you
once I
watch
start
the
playing it, I like it. But
right,
go ahead.
Did you watch the I Know What You Did, the new I Know What You Did last summer
I
trailer?
didn't watch the trailer yet. I seen you post it. I'll watch it later. I didn't get to watch it. Here's the thing. I missed so much of the chat today because I was working and playing Monster Hunter. So like my work stuff is here. So I just slide my chair over and have it paused because you can play offline and play, and then when a call comes in, right? So I was like, damn, I'm missing so much of the chat. But it's either I look at the chat or I play Monster Hunter. And I'm sorry, but I chose Monster Hunter over the chat today.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like the original. The original felt like a screen.
Yeah, it did. It did start
for
to feel like
copy.
another screen. Yep.
So have you guys ever seen this movie called Sugar and Spice? It was like early 2000s movie, if I remember right. It was about a bunch of cheerleaders that were trying to rob a bank, and one of them was pregnant or something. It's like, I don't know why. For some reason, I saw that movie last night. I was just like, man, there's just some movies that would not be made today, even if they were PG.
Damn, level 76. And he said, yeah, they just had an update, all new bugs. It's pain in A. Yo, that's actually, you know what's funny? I wanted to play that game because last time I played it, they had a big update after that, and I never played it since. So I've been meaning to see that update. So this is cool to hear they had more stuff. Let me ask you guys this. What's your most anticipated game? So what's next? Like, what's your oh, I can't wait to play this? I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
May 15th. Anybody know what's coming out on May 15th?
Kane? Kidding. That's May 19th. No, what's coming out May 15th?
Drew McIntyre. What game did he come out to?
I forget. Sorry.
Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, okay. By the way, that match was freaking awesome. Period.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That's my next game because that was my Doom Eternal was my 2020 game of the year. But they said this is totally different, where he was really fast and agile. On this, he's just slow and like a hulking tank, which might be more my style. Anyway, I always like the big character, so we'll see. But what about you?
Me? Honestly, at this point, there's not much I'm excited for. But the next big game I plan on buying is Lost Souls Aside, and then Death Stranding 2 after that.
Lost Souls Aside.
Like I said, I literally just bought Oblivion, so that's going to be like 2 years worth of a game right there.
For real.
But it's like, hey, man.
So has anybody realized that Oblivion can actually be up for Game of the Year?
That's true, but I don't think it could be up for Game of the Year, but it could be up for like
Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, he's right. But
Resident Evil 4 was more of a remake, wasn't it?
Yes.
They're saying this is a remake because it's all new graphics, but it's titled remastered.
Yeah, you know what? It's hard when you. So for me, a remake, right, is they use all new assets, but they could actually add things in the game that wasn't in the game because it's kind of like a reimagining, right? A remaster is just the exact same game, but they just made the graphics better. So nothing in it is new. Like it just looks better. Better sound, better graphics, but it literally everything is the same. So that would be a remaster. So is it a remaster or a remake? With that definition.
It literally says remaster on it.
It does remaster, but some people are calling it a remake.
No, because people
it doesn't matter what you call it. It's matter what
it matters what it is, not what you call it. But let me get to the chat. Goon Swat said Last of Us 3. Please don't say that. We don't have any date for Last of Us
That
3.
ain't ever happened. That ain't happened
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, that cannot be your most anticipated game. And I'm
This is
saying for
by
2025.
far the worst year for gaming news. Like, it's been so dry.
Yeah, then we're gonna have that Xbox event and then Summer's Game Fest, and then all of a sudden we're gonna be drowning in information.
We've got to get into Sony, bro. Sony is doing nothing. But hold on real quick.
Oh, there you
Houston
go.
in the building. He said, I will drive. I will dive with you anytime, champ. But as of right now, I am just tooling around in Schedule 1 building my drug empire, and I do enjoy a good few rounds of REPO. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's that drug game simulator, right? I seen Resident Evil 9 too. Now, Resident Evil 9, but this thing, I'm asking you guys, what's your most anticipated game for 2025 that has an actual date for 2025? Oblivion Remaster definitely seems more like a remake. The visuals are overhauled and updated combat.
True.
Well, updated combat, so that's interesting. I would put Oblivion Remaster on par with Demon Souls remake in terms of changes. Oh, that's cool. I gotta see it.
Okay, I can see that.
So I didn't even hear this was a thing. Not that I ever was into Oblivion, but my brother was. It's funny that we were just two totally different gamers. All right, so I'm not going to put the sound on because I don't want to get knocked. But and I got a special guest coming in as well. All right, hold up. Did this pull up? All right, cool. So I'm going to bring our guest in. Let me just look at a little bit of this because I think I'm going to have to pull this off when our guests come in. All right, so they got to show me gameplay. Come on with this nonsense.
The deer actually look like deer.
Pretty sure is this gameplay?
Well, your stream's like lagging a bit, so it's hard to tell.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But
you know what it looks like?
It don't look like it.
It does look like a mix of
reminds
gameplay and cinematics.
It just reminds me of I always forget the name of it. What's the online game that's in the series of it?
No, it's just
Elder
like
Scrolls Online?
Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls
it's
Online.
the game that came before Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, it reminds me of Elder Scrolls Online. I would have to look at it again. But anyway, guys, let's bring in. Oh wait, TBG, you had something.
I posted that. There will be more
so we'll get
information
into
about
that.
Death Stranding 2 soon. That's not a big deal.
Okay. All right, so let's bring. I don't know why it's going so slow on here. Let me make sure I don't got two things up at the same time. Well, I guess I do got one thing up. It's going super slow. Here, let me pull this. All right. Anyways, coming up. Oh wait, I just changed something. I don't know how I did that. Hold on. Let me try to see if I could fix this. I changed my screen around somehow by mistake. This is weird. I got my bar that usually at the bottom. Now it's on the side. Did not mean to do that. All right, anyway, guys, so coming in red hot. This is bothering me. Okay, I'll figure it out at some point. I'm looking like it got to be like a button somewhere just to change. Okay, there it is. I found it. All right, guys, so coming in right now is none other than one of my favorite people, whether we're on the same side or not. And like I said, you ain't done till I say you're done. You understand? You don't think the cowboy put the finger on you and make you famous and then say you cooled off. You ain't cooled off till I cool you off. Understand? And before you come out, I just want you to know, if you got a problem with that,
Man the fuck up.
all right, I just kind of got to get a little crazy. Just, I got to hype you. I'm a wrestling fan. Give me a break. Everybody's always like this guy. CPG, you know what it's like being a wrestling fan your whole life? It doesn't matter what it's like because you're muted.
I muted myself by accident.
All right, so guys, coming in right now is none other than Purple Haze is in the building. Purple, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good. No, I'm good. I just got in.
Nice.
Just got in. You're like, okay, I gotta go on the Cowboy podcast.
So,
speak some
Purple,
truth.
question for you. So, what games are you currently playing, and then what's your most anticipated game?
Games I'm currently playing: Blueprints, South of Midnight, and a little bit of Assassin's Creed Shadows, but not as nearly as much as those other two.
I still gotta play that. It looks so good.
And most game I'm most looking forward to right now will be the Midnight Walk. So
okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, Purple, a lot of people are sleeping on that game, but I really like the art style on that one.
Yeah. So that's the next one.
I would have to look that up. The Midnight Walk.
No, it's like an art claymation, you know.
Oh, that's that. That's the Bloomhouse game.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bloomhouse game.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, cool. But hey, man, sometimes we need that artsy fartsy game between our big AAA stuff.
I think for me, and I think Purple agreed too. It comes down to gameplay. So if you like a certain gameplay, like you could see a game that the world might say, "Oh, the graphics isn't good." The gameplay definitely. Listen, I always say this, right? I could get a game, and I'm looking for gameplay, graphics, and story. When I beat the game, they already did the story. Now the story's not holding me, no, right? The graphics could look as good as it want, but when I'm into the game, I almost forget how good a game looks because the gameplay is what I'm actually doing, right? So maybe the turn-based game that's coming out, Expedition 33, maybe that'd be different but anyway, I love turn-based, and that's that's gameplay. So I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you find a game that you enjoy because you enjoy the game, and you can enjoy the story. Maybe you play a game because you love the story and you keep playing it over and over for the story. But I think gameplay is a really cool thing that can turn any game from people saying they don't like it to they liking it. And again, it's in the eye of the beholder. So,
well, I think it was like a David Jaffe kind of said it best. Like, graphics are great when they look good, but you kind of only care about graphics for like the first couple hours if you're in a long-term game, and then it just kind of blends in.
No,
like, oh yeah, that's what the game looks like. Cool.
So we'll
kill those goblins.
Let me move my microphone. I was trying something new. And I don't like it. All right, I'll keep that right there.
So Purple, tell me why I should buy a Switch 2.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna get into that, but let me just read the chat before it gets away with me. Let me see. Maker Chaos is in the building. He said Oblivion Remastered definitely seems more like a remake. The visuals are overhauled and updated combat. He said I would put Oblivion Remastered on par with Demon. Oh yeah, I did read that. Let me see. I might actually get a Switch 2. Let me see. I'm also interested in the new Assassin's Creed. And then Dodgeman said, Cowboy, you haven't beat Mirage. I know, right? I haven't beat Mirage. Dodgeman, man, I appreciate that you gifted me that game, but I was gonna GameFly because I'm a finicky gamer, man. I don't just buy everything. I play everything that I'm interested in, but I won't buy it. So Assassin's Creed, I probably would have GameFlyed it, and that would have been a game I would have sent back. But I appreciate that you did surprise me with it. But so I don't want to also force myself to play it, but it was fun. I think my issue is I tried to play it with my wife, and I thought she would like it because she likes third person. But Assassin's Creed is just real, like, at least I don't know what the new Shadow is like, but like it's always like, oh, you got to run and do this, you got to grab all these things and collect this and take this, that person, this person, and that just my wife just couldn't handle it. It was just too much for her. It wasn't straightforward. It was like, go here, do this, run from the people, try to hide, blend in, and she was just like, I can't do this. And then I don't know what other game I was playing at the time, but I think I was more into playing that game. Houston says South of Midnight was a good play, short, but a good play all around. I don't know. I've never seen anything that made me interested in that game. Maybe the claymation turned me off. I'm not sure, but because it's short, I would probably want to play it one day because then I feel like, oh yeah, I could actually play it and get into it, and then maybe I will probably.
A good game.
I know you like it, but I told you I can't take your opinion because you live in that same area the game was at. So you got a biased, you're very biased.
Then explain my review for Sinners.
There you go. Exactly.
That takes place in Mississippi. Did you see Sinners, Purple?
Which one is that?
Michael B. Jordan vampire movie.
Yeah. I wanted to watch it. No, I haven't watched it. I haven't even watched the one Cowboy watched, the Lady in the Yard.
Lady in the Yard. You know what's crazy is when you see the trailer for the Sinners. At the first trailers, I was like, I don't even know what's going on. At first, it looked like it had nothing to do with creatures or anything, and then they started putting out more trailers. It was like, wait, is that the devil or is that the FCAT? Please don't ruin it. You don't need to answer the question. So I'm looking and I'm like, yo, are they vampires or is that the devil? And like, I feel like they made it mysterious. The more recent trailers look like they are vampires, but I think I have an issue with timepieces, right? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I'll see certain stuff, and if it looked like it's like back in the day, I instantly check out. So like fantasy might get me because it might be a dragon or something, and I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll stick around for that. But like if it's like in the, I don't know, if it's under the 80s, chances are it kind of messed me up. Now it's cool that they look like vampires or whatever, but that part of the trailer never pulled me in to make me say,
yeah, the time periods around pretty much slave time.
What time?
When they were slaves.
I thought Sinners was around Jim Crow era.
Yeah, well, they some parts of the movie.
Okay, goes back and forth. Don't run it, FCAT. All right, cool.
Hey,
that's why I said it's kind of like Django. It's kind of like Django.
I was about to say, the best movie that took place during the slave times was Django Unchained, just because, goddamn, that's a cathartic as hell movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy.
Like it's like Django.
Fucking Jamie Foxx, man, I love that man.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Django Unchained?
No, I never seen it.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
Cowboy, I got to take your movie pass away.
The problem is, I'm telling you, I shouldn't have a cowboy hat on because, now granted, there were some cowboy movies I love. Like I was a big fan of Young Guns. That was like my man Emilio Estevez. Like I said, Emilio Estevez. I'm thinking about.
Have you ever seen The Good, the Bad, the Ugly?
Yes.
Okay, good. You know what? You can have your pass back now.
But I still feel Young Guns is my favorite.
Fair.
It was a really good telling of Billy the Kid. But I'm aware with set pieces. I mean, like I'll love those movies if you could trick me into watching them, right? Like Pearl Harbor was amazing, right? But nowhere did I want to see Pearl Harbor, and then end up seeing it. I was like, damn, this movie was good. So whenever it's like, I'm telling you, like the older set pieces, I'm like, bro, to me, I just feel like it's gonna be boring. It's black color. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like,
my freaking mom used to have me watch Beverly Hillbillies. I'm like, I can't watch this. It's black and white. I'm used to color.
Funny enough, I used to watch that when I was young. That's hilarious.
Yeah. My mom made me grow up on Flintstones, Jetsons, and Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, Purple don't know anything about that.
So weird.
Her young self. Oh. Purple, you know who the Flintstones are?
Yeah, I do.
It's crazy though. Like if you actually ask like people now, they know Flintstones from the cereal and the vitamins, but not the cartoon. It's there's a cartoon.
Flintstones is pretty old. All right, so let's take it up a notch. FCAT, what we doing next?
Yeah, come on. I know I'm boring as hell. So I get in on me for topics.
Literally, what do you mean we doing this? Gaming news is dry as hell. Like it's a desert.
All right, well, if that's all you got.
I mean, I can see a mirage and make something up.
It's good, man. It's good. So, Purple, I feel like you came on here today because you got some type of problem. You got anything you want to say?
It sounds like y'all had some problem with me.
Who would have a problem with you?
I have no idea. I just know that I got brought in on a video. I know that y'all pulled up one of my videos. I know that I don't know. Like so that's all I wanted to do. Like I said, like, all right, let me try to get there.
All right, so I will be honest. I was just watching, Doc's video, and I don't watch many videos these days, or Doc's anyway. But I was, I don't know what I was doing over the weekend, but I had some free time, and I see him complaining about luxury gamers, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm like, what is that? I'm telling you, I'm just so out of touch with certain stuff. I'm like, is this really a thing, or is this Doc just making up something, right? So I seen he made another video, and I watched it. And in the video, I'm like, bro, he might as well just say Purple Haze. He know he was trying to talk about you and didn't say it.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a couple of people who are doing. You think he was? I don't think Doc watches my stuff like that.
So you know what? I did in my original, everything I recorded, I did say, so you know what it is with videos, right? I'll record my take, and then, so here's what's crazy. This is why it takes me so long to make videos. And I said to my wife, she was like, you still making that video? She was like, come in the room. I was like, no, because if I come in the room, you're watching the show, and it's going to make me take even longer to make the video because of half a minute, my attention is going to be gone. Here's the genius of Doc. Doc records what he's saying, what he want to say, and that's it. One take. I like to edit. So my thing is, I record what I'm going to say first, and then I pull the source material. Like, okay, so obviously seen both Doc's videos, and then I recorded what I wanted to say. But then I spliced up Doc's videos after the fact. This is really crazy. I don't tell anybody to do what I'm doing. And then I had like about 12 pieces of Doc's videos that I knew I wanted to put in my video somewhere. And so then I took these pieces and was like, watch my video back as I'm editing. It was like, oh, I'll put that there. And just having 12 clips and have to go find each clip and put it. And then I knew where I felt he was, when he said what he said, where I felt he was talking about you, but I felt he was talking about more people. So in my original draft, I actually said, and not just Purple Haze, other people. But the fun factor of it, I'm not gonna lie, it is, and I try to make it a little funny. So I was like, it wouldn't be as funny after clipping and adding Doc and for me to say what I originally said. So I almost had to make it like my point was only about you. But that was just a creative, like, it was like, okay, creatively, this will make more sense and it would be more funny if I just and then if I throw your clip in it. It's not going to have the same punch. And I added it to see what it would be like if I had Doc and I'm like, oh, Doc's talking about purple, and I throw in purple. And then after that, I actually had me saying, and other people. It just didn't, like your watch, I always try to make it like, okay, if I said this, I have to say this, and then I have to say that. But it just felt so out of order. And I even took the clip and put it in front of that. And I was like, I got to get rid of it, but it's going to make purple look like the bad guy. But I was like, but for all intents and purposes, it was funny to me anyway.
No, it's fine. And, like I mean, it's impressive what you go through. Like I mean, you know how I do it. Like I kind of do it like a big shit, kind of like Doc. So but I mean, knowing you clipped it, because like so a couple of the videos I have are clipped and stuff like that. And so the fact that you did, I just like, if y'all want to talk, because I'm stronger in person, alive, and so that's why. But I don't think Doc watches my stuff like that.
That's funny. Yeah. I try to watch almost all your stuff, but it was just in the moment. I was like, obviously, I got it just felt like this would have been funny, so I added it just because I felt this would be funny. And in my head, as he was like not saying your name, but he's Doc, he's all like acting like he's so mad, and he was like, "Shut up!" And in my head, I was like, it just reminded me of the whole Eminem point where he said Will Smith will have his cousins as rappers to make records, but I do. And so I was like, how funny would it be if I add that clip of the song in it? And I'm like, is YouTube gonna give me? I mean, it's a short clip. So creatively, I was like, it will really hit hard if I clip that, add Eminem, clip Doc, clip you. So honestly, it was just one of those things.
No, it works. Like I said, it worked. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think Doc. I think if anything, he's probably talking about Reforged, because I know he watches Reforged and stuff. And And so, but no, I mean, like, for me, I had a whole live stream last year about luxury gaming, and I pulled it from a news source, right? I pulled a couple of them that were all saying the same thing. Um, but I think my overall thing, especially on someone like Doc, like
Right.
and I think I wrote this in the tweet, which is
No,
the
you did.
same
Yeah.
deal, which is how are you're rolling around, like, I don't care if you were given a $2,200 PC, you had $1,000 PC, you bought a ROG Ally X, right? I think he also has a PS5 as well, all within like the last 15 months. If you add that all up, we're not talking like a few $100s now, we're talking like thousands of dollars,
That's true.
right? And so it reminds me of the same conversation I sometimes hear in other circles, which is like people talking about cars. And it's like, if you're complaining about the cost of gas or maintenance costs, but you're just trying to roll around in like 80, 100, $150,000 car,
You
potentially,
complain about the price of gas while driving a Lambo.
yeah, then potentially that car's not for you, right? Like, and that's how I kind of feel like with some of these gamers. Like, okay, you're rolling around with all of this stuff. You got PCs in multiple places. You know, you have your Series X. You're paying $20 for Game Pass, right? So you're already throwing down $240 a year, right? And Game Pass doesn't have all the games you want to be playing, like, right? So when you add it all up, but then you're going to complain about someone else's game, right? Mario Kart, which fine, don't buy it. But you're afraid that because Nintendo raised their prices, your company is going to raise its prices. Well, that's on you and your company. But again, at the same time, you just spent thousands. Like, I don't want to hear it. It sounds like it's like kind of like it's a disingenuous argument. Like, for some people, I really do like, who want a game and they're like, yo, that $10, I want to fix income, blah, blah, blah. That's totally fine to go support that person, like to defend that point and talk to that point. But you coming in and talking to me after you just showed me a $2,200 PC built that someone built you, and then you had a ROG Ally X that you got like 6-7 months ago, plus you then got a PC. That's $4,000. I'm not even talking about the console stuff. Like, all I gotta tell Doc is like, shut the F up. You're acting like a punk. And like, that's like how I like. And then when we talk about like the tariff stuff that you said to me, and this is what really got me with Doc, right? Because if you tell Doc he's an idiot to his face, he's gonna get mad at you, right? Because he's a smart dude.
Right.
Tariffs is Econ 101. All right. Like, if you automatically say you got to be an expert at that, that's my problem with internet personalities. It's like, no, that's like basic knowledge. That's common sense. So, like, for someone who spent $4,000, if you're spending $4,000 complaining about $10 stuff, and you're then saying, well, tariffs, let me leave it to the other people, then you're just trying to be ignorant while spending $4,000 and complaining about $10 price increase.
My only thing I will say this, what I agree with him with, is I think his a defining factor, or I think his main thing was he was trying to say, it's kind of his get out of jail free card, right? Because I agree with everything you're saying. I even put that on me. I will spend whatever I want, right? I'll make that's why I'm not a PC gamer, because I couldn't sit back and see a new card come out a year later that's better than my card. I'll be broke, because I'm the guy that, like, I want whatever I'm into, I want it to be the biggest and best. So, but I think what I agree with him on is that, or his get out of jail free card, is that he did say it's a choice. So he disagrees with it. It's a luxury hobby because it is a choice. And I do agree, because cloud gaming, if it taught us anything, it taught us that you can seriously get into gaming and really not spend as much as some other, whether it's console or PC. I think that,
So here's my thing about luxury stuff, right? And so if you heard, like, I did like a one of those like purple shade, like hour long, where I just kind of go off on, and it was on luxury stuff. The thing that I get with luxury in gaming is you need you need a couple of things to game, but particularly in my opinion, you need two things, right? You need You need money. Not all the time. You can do it free to play, but you're going to still need to play on something. So you need the resources to buy something.
Correct.
You can buy that, whatever that is. It could be cheap, it could be expensive, and so forth. So many people get hooked on that side of the argument about what that is. And to me, that's the smaller side of the argument. The more important side of the argument that I think where I talk about gaming is a luxury, you need time. And so the fact that all these people, Doc throws up there his Steam chat charge, his Xbox charge, he don't even throw up his PlayStation ones, right? We don't even know what he does with Nintendo. He has over 1,400 hours gaming. Now, I don't know about anybody else here, but if you have a full-time job, right? That's 2,000 hours, by the way, right? That's a 40-hour week, 50 weeks, right? That's 2,000 hours. If you have 1,400 additional hours to game, and in this economy and this stuff, how is that not a luxury? How is you spending that much time not a luxury? And everybody thinks about luxury in the terms of like dollar bills spent, but I think luxury is also quality, right? It's also the quality, at least when you're spending time.
I think it's hard because time is time management, right? Like for instance, people used to be like, bro, how do you work a full-time job? Remember, I used to stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I still had kids that was under 18, and I still had a wife, right? And a household. And my time management was, my wife said she's cool as long as I just only do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekends was hers. My kids were teenagers. They really don't want to be bothered. They're doing their own thing. I could play with my dog, whatever, whenever, right? So I think that came down to time management. So I was running around saying I was the king of content, and I was putting out so much content. It was ridiculous, but it was time management. I won't say I had the luxury of time. I just had time management to pull it off. You know
but I still think, I still think you still like, so if we're talking about because Doc is trying to talk about like the every man, you know, that $10, try to get $60. Like that person's working 2 to 3 jobs. You can talk about time management all you want, right? Mm-hmm. But you have luxury. You probably are not making beginning wages, right? You've been in your career over 20 something years in your career, right? You have a wife who's trying to, who does that. And Sandy had the flexible career to do that. You had kids. Some of your kids were grown. Some of them were taking care of themselves and stuff like that. But if you don't have that, like, you know what I mean? That is like, how are you going to find that time? Like if you're trying to work, and we're talking, we know what those jobs are, where you are literally dog tired. Then you got to go to another job who you don't even like to work. And then by the time you get home,
go ahead.
And then by the time you come home, you then have like, and that's why I said hashtag adult hobbies are luxuries. Then you come home, then you have adult responsibilities. Like, nah, like I think that's awesome. Y'all chose the right partners. I think that's awesome and all that other stuff. But if you want to, like, to me, that speaks volumes, right? Because I know for a fact I could try to talk time management all day long with some people, and they're going to be like, the only time I know is that hour that I'm trying to make that, you know, that coin so I can pay this other thing, to pay this child, you know, whatever, to do this, to put, like, that's adulting. And if you ask most people, they're going to be like, 1,400 hours on top of a 2,000-hour job, that's a luxury.
So I actually want to ask you and Cowboy this question, Purple, just because I'm kind of want to get your guys' gauge on this. We're also going to see game prices go up. We're seeing console prices go up because all these tariffs and all that stuff. Do you think there's going to be less gamers in the gaming community, or I guess you would say gaming in general, because they're kind of getting priced out of it? Like, $80 to play a game when that could be used for groceries. I feel like a lot of people are going to start, you know, deciding to not play games.
I would say that's already been happening, right? So if you watch my channel, I talk about I think gaming is in a decline, but it's not just gaming. I think a lot of things, and when I say decline, people say like
Just hobbies in general.
yeah, it's just free time in general. Like things are costing more. People's wages are not keeping up with that. Right? That is the crisis, right? Like that has always been a crisis. But it's just now catching more and more people, and they're starting to realize, like, oh, I'm spending more and more time. But on top of that, you then have free types of entertainment like TikTok. TikTok was not there 10 years ago, right? But you see people who will be scrolling on TikTok forever, right? And so
And that's the time they would be used to play video games
that's
instead of
potentially time they would
scrolling.
be playing videos. So to Gal's point, that's like time management. But at the same time, like to get into a video game, unless you're doing mobile gaming, you gotta like kind of have to sit. It's a different type of engagement. So, I totally agree. I totally think yes, we've been seeing this that people are saying like, "Yo," like you hear this argument all the time. If you can like read through the lines and hear people, like I interview a lot of people, and you can hear the people when they're talking about like that game that's putting stress on their financial situation, or that them gaming, they're not being able to help out with the kids or something wrong with the house. Like the guys aren't going to say it out like that, but when you've been around people and adults, you can read between the lines what people
You
are
can
saying.
hear in their voice, they're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe this is not my
Let me-
hobby anymore.
Let me answer this question, but real quick, let me go to Houston. I always want to get to the people in the chat. He said that same thing of people be about price of gas, but they about to scrape $5,090 for right. That's $50.90 for $50.90 for $4,000, even though they don't even need the power of it because they game at 1080. That is funny. Guys, here's Purple channel too. Make sure you click on it. Really good content creator, very vocal, very knowledgeable. So you guys, if you've never seen her stuff, please click on it. I think so. I'll be 50 next year. Right? Just turned 49. I've been gaming since I was young, so it's just been a hobby and a passion, right? I think the average person, like my friends, right? So in my chat, people I went to high school with, people I know in person, we have a chat that, and they don't watch none of my stuff besides the one from Black Dragon every now and then. And my one from Rich does play Monster Hunter with. But when I'm in the chat with them, like we were just talking about, we watched WrestleMania. They had no clue when Drew McIntyre walked out the Doom thing, right? And I was like, oh, Doom, the new Doom the Dark Ages, May 15th. They was like, what? There's a new Doom game? I'm like, so I look at them and look at me as we were regular people. We loved video games because we were young in high school and the people I knew before high school. And as we got older, people who are just like generally regular life, go to work, as people are saying, they kind of I don't feel like they're as hardcore into gaming. Now, the people I know that's more hardcore into gaming is more you guys. But I think that what I noticed when I got in Stadia, I met a lot of different people. I met people who was out of gaming and they got back into gaming, right? Because cloud gaming made it easier for them. Took the bar down a little bit. You know, it's less expensive. I met people who just got into gaming for the first time. They was interested, but life was life and they never cared. And cloud gaming made it easier. I think even the hardcore PlayStation and Xbox people, I always say that we live in this, we could call this an echo chamber. It's different from the real world. So whenever we cloud or console war, I always say, dude, go ask your friends that don't watch YouTube. They're gonna be like, what? I don't dare bring up any of these conversations around my friends because they'll look at me like, bro, you're a loser.
Yeah,
like,
they don't know anything about it.
Huh?
Yeah, no, they don't know any. Even people who knew what Doom is, they're like, what Doom? I played that back in like 95. Like that's what they're gonna say.
Right. So I think the thing is, to get to my point, I think hobbies are dying because, you know, general person in life, I think they're more like your hobbies is kind of like something you were into when you were young. And you kind of like, bro, I don't do that anymore because I'm an adult now. And you do adult, like you said, you go to work, you come home, you spend time with your significant other, and you kind of don't really have much else, right, to do. So I think people having all this time in gaming, though we kind of are, I guess I could agree with you. That maybe is a luxury, right? maybe you're the luxury that you had that time, or the time management like myself, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the average person probably can't do that. So to answer your question, TPG, I think for the people who are really into gaming like me, I'll never stop gaming. I don't care if the terrorists make a console $80,000. I'm gonna somehow get the $80,000 to play.
Just get on that corner and start working. Kill those crocodiles.
Corner, right? I'm gonna be on that corner. So and I want to, but I think there's gonna be a majority of people who are on the edge anyway, like my friends that didn't know Doom was coming out. They're gonna be like, bro, I ain't playing this. I'm done. But I think the people who are like us, these internet people, the people that like, even not the internet people, but the people that like they're a gamer. They like gaming. It's just something that they would never give up. Those people are gonna, like, again, me. I'll buy a PC if there's no more console gaming because I can't not game. It's just a part.
Me
of me.
personally, I say in my upcoming video where I talk about Nintendo bootlegging, I kind of feel like this might be my last console generation. Like, I really feel like, because first off, the quality of games has just not been there. I mean, like, you get the very few exceptions every year. And it's just $80 for fucking games. And PlayStation and Microsoft, they're drooling at the fucking mouths for that, that option.
They're gonna do
and you want to bet? You want to bet? Sony's going to try to justify it by saying...
So, so I mean, the way I look at it is the same. It's weird, like, because I may talk about this in a different video, and y'all can clip it, and Doc can get mad if I don't, like I said, I don't think he watches stuff. But like, Cowboy, you watch movies. That's your other hobby I know of, right? You watch movies, you try restaurants, you do everything in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Movies, right? We have multiple theater chains, right? You have Alamo Drafthouse, you have Regal, AMC, Dollar, something like Movieopolis or it has what is it? Cinemark. Cinemark. So you have like several of those, right? They all show the same movies, right? For the most part, some of them have a different type, and they're not always the same price. Different times get different prices. They don't all like look the same. Some may have like an arcade. Some may like serve you food. Some may like it's more like a classic theater and everything like that. And I look at gaming in kind of the same way. Like, you have consoles and PC. They, for the most part, 90% of the time are going to play the same game. There's some games that aren't on those, right? Sometimes they're going to charge different prices. Some people have subscriptions. Some people don't. But we don't look at, and sometimes movie people do, and they'll say, like, movies aren't the same quality or games aren't the same quality. And the thing that I would just say is, I think they are the same quality. It's just that you've already seen it. It's not for you, right? It's just like, that's not a movie that, like, for me to get super up. What you had this like 2 years ago. For me to get upset with the new Little Mermaid, why am I gonna get upset with that? Like, that's not built. Like, there's an old one I can keep watching as much as I want to watch, right? No one's taking that away from me. Like, let's not even talk about the hate mongering that goes on like around the media today. So that alone just makes me not want to see any of these things. Like the Minecraft movie, the Little Mermaid, what was the one that just came out, Snow White? So but that, like the Minecraft movie, like that's not my movie, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think there has to be, and so that's why I kind of always think like, it's still a luxury if Cowboy's like, I will always game, and I totally believe that. That's literally how some people get therapy. Like, they game, right? That's how they work through things. They do that. Sure. And so I totally hear all that, but I think for a lot of people, gaming was a season. Gaming was a season in their life. Sometimes that season comes back, sometimes that season doesn't. Sometimes people want to spend a whole bunch of money on it. Like think about it. Like, literally over $4,000 on hardware. Like, you know what I mean? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
I couldn't imagine doing that, but I think my thing is, if I was into that, I would spend it. If I was into, like, fortunately, consoles been kind of like a cheaper way to game, right? Cloud game is a cheaper way to game, right? So, but if I'm into something, I will spend the money. Like I bought my laptop that I've never played a video game on, but I bought it for cloud gaming and to stream my content. So some people are like, bro, you bought a 2060 back when it was new, right? GTA RTX. But for me, I was into cloud gaming. I got into YouTube doing shows. So I wanted to spend the money to be able to do that, right? So, but again, I'm not everybody. So for me, that's why I couldn't be in a PC, because I would spend the money. I would just be broke, but
no, but that, to your point, that's the whole point. I think having the option to do it and the hobby to do it, like just bringing it back to what we initially said, like it's the choice. In luxuries are choices, right? And I don't want to like berate that point, like, because I can totally understand it doesn't have to be expensive to do it. But when you do it, like some of these people are doing it, that is a luxury. You know what I mean? That's I think where I draw the line.
It's like with my cousin and cars. He likes fixing cars up and then reselling them. But I think he's kind of like stopped doing that and he's moved on to something else. Everyone's got, I think
everybody has their thing. Everybody has their thing.
Everyone has a hobby they have for a while and they move on. But with gamers, they tend to stick around a little bit longer. But at some point,
I think some gamers stay. Like I think people wish gamers stuck around long. I think you kind of are seeing like this cohort, we'll call it 30 and up. Right, they're sticking with it. They're gonna keep doing it, but that's a fraction of what it was 20 years ago when those gamers were 10 to 25, 10 to 30, and so, but they're going on to something else, right? Like I said,
I think
dude,
also,
you know what they're going on to? They're going on to damn Pokemon cards. Jesus,
I think it's also a personality, right? I think you have some people who some people need to find themselves, right? They're like, I'm not sure what I like, right? Get me into this, right? Like for instance, I had a phase where I wanted to get into comic books, right? And I'm possessive, like I have to have everything. So my favorite comic book character is the Hulk. Nowhere could I own every Hulk book. It's impossible. So I went to comic book store and asked my friend who owned the store. I said, dude, what should I kind of get into? He said, oh, it's this character came out about 5 years ago called Spawn. Like, what the hell is that? He's like, bro, it's really cool. So he said, get the trade paperback, which is the first 5 issues. And then read that and see what you like. See if you like it. I read it. I was like, dude, this is really good. So I got to have them all. And at the time, maybe it was like on 175, somewhere like that, right? And I tracked down every book, still own them. Before I moved from Jersey, he hit me up, said, bro, you want to sell? You want to let go of your Spawn things? Because I collected, I think, up to 300 something, right? And at one point, I started reading them. So I got every first edition of Spawn, right? And some of them never opened. So, but eventually that me wanting to get into something, I got out of it and I wouldn't even read them. I just kept buying them because I'm possessive. So if I'm into something, I just want it all, right? And then I just stopped. But gaming is something I did when I was a child, and I never took a break on gaming besides when I probably was going to Job Corps because I was living there for the first 3 months. And then when I first moved to Florida, I didn't know anybody. And so like, I was trying to like just find and meet people. And then once I got settled, I got a Nintendo 64 and I was playing the wrestling games, right? Same thing with wrestling. I've been a wrestling fan since I was a little kid and I like never stopped, right? So I think my personality is I'm just not a quitter. I just like, something I like, I don't know. I just feel like I will make that time and I will spend that money. But I think certain people, if it's not their thing, their main thing, it's going to be easy for them to be like, you know what, they're getting expensive, I'm out. You know what, they got rid of Stadia, I'm out. You know, Xbox is not what I like, I'm out. And I think that's a whole nother side.
Cowboy, that's the most unrealistic thing I've ever heard you say. Someone quit playing video games because Stadia went down. Everyone knew that thing was going to die.
I don't know about that. I really didn't think Stadia was going to die. I was really shocked. But no. Let me get to the chat though before it runs away with me. Let me see. Jenna Hayes is in the building. What is going on? Are you going to pre-order the Switch? You must be talking to Purple Haze. games. No, I'm not gonna pre-order Switch. You know what? I don't really know. To be honest, all jokes aside, my wife was looking at it. She thinks it's kind of cool. Now, my wife, let me see. She played so many games. So she is. I cannot say she's not a gamer, right? She is 100% a gamer, and it actually would be cool to have her have like her own little world. Like she has a PlayStation 5 because I bought a PlayStation 5. Or let me back up. She had a PlayStation 4 because I handed her down my PlayStation 4 and I had a PlayStation 4 Pro, right? I got a PlayStation 5 and that was the only console. And we would play games together, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4. But then they came out with games that's not on the PlayStation 4 that I wanted her to play with me. So guess what? I bought a PlayStation 5 Pro, gave her my PlayStation 5. But she did see the Switch commercial and was like, this looked cool because this would be like my gaming console that I got into because I wanted to, and it's not tied to me. So she's trying to tell me I should buy it for her for Mother's Day or pre-order it. So the reality of it is maybe not. Switch 2 might be in my household. Maybe not. I think it would be cool to buy her the bundle, and then after that, she could buy whatever game she wants. But we'll see. To answer that question. Let me see. I agree that you dropped a fat dime on my PC set up. Wait, I agree on that. Yeah, I dropped a fat dime on my PC setup, but I truly enjoy PC gaming and I want what I want. Yes, I don't need the full setup. I have what I want. No, I mean wants and needs is definitely two things that separates us individually. You know, as a person. Let me see. But I didn't spend more than I could afford to spend on it and screw myself over. No, see, that's the difference, right? And I think I joke when I say if I got the PC, I'd probably be broke. I wouldn't be broke, but I would make sure I would probably have the latest card like every 2 years, probably. And you probably don't need every 2 years, but I probably would feel like, wait, they showed the new card could do this? You can have a little extra shadow in the background? Why can't I have a little extra shadow in the background without turning down the leaves density?
Cowboy sees the extra sharpness in the blades of grass. He's got to have that 5,000 graphics.
Why not, right? Oh, wow. Houston just sent me, he just texted me a picture of his PC. That's sick. Jenna Hayes said, Cowboy, remember happy wife, happy life. LOL, pre-order Switch 2 for her. Look, and she's literally walking in the whoops. Like, I guess she was. All right, she backed out.
She disappeared.
You can come in here if you want, Sandy. She just got her nails done. So she's probably going to show me her nails. Let me see. He said, I'm only rocking a 4070 Super, and it does all I need. Only a 4070 Super.
Only a 4070. How can you live?
Damn. Yeah, I don't really know much about PCs. I just hear, the people I interact with in Discord and all over. And so I know that the 50s are the new thing. So 40 can't be that bad. Yeah, I don't know.
Cowboy. I found something weird on WWEshop.com. Jey Uso's got his own cereal. Frosted Yeets.
Hey, listen.
$30, by the way.
So they posted 2 shirts out of quick. Joe Hendry was on there. I'm telling you, I got the email and it was like Joe Hendry WrestleMania shirt. I was like, wow. And then somebody else came out. Oh, Rusev. Right after he came out, another email. Rusev shirts. I'm like, damn, they don't play around. But that's marketing. You got to jump on it,
Mm-hmm.
And so cereal for Jey Uso. Can't knock them when the New Day had a cereal.
Bootios.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, it was good, definitely a good conversation. I mean, that's all I got today, man. I think this is going to be an in and out show. Like FCAT said, it wasn't that much stuff to talk about, but I just love to go where the conversation go. I'm not going to just keep the show going just for the hell of it. And I always like to go to the viewers. And if you guys got something else you want to bring up, cool, we could definitely dabble into that. But as much as I say that, I am dying to get on Monster Hunter Wilds with my
Get on
son.
that Monster Hunter with your son and go kill them monsters and bond with him. Son, you're killing it. You're stabbing it, Ron. You got to stab it like this.
Listen, trust me, you do a lot of that. Hold on, let me see. It is the lowest thing on my PC. I have a 9800 X3D, 64 gigs RAM, and a X870E Arius Elite motherboard. I just was speaking a different language for that moment. But let me ask you guys, Purple, what's going on your channel before we close out? I know you said you're going to stream on Friday, not Thursday, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I have something with work on Thursday, but it timed out well because Johnny Roadkill, who I'm interviewing, can't do Thursdays. So we're gonna talk this Friday. I met Johnny Roadkill through Lens of Truth, the artist that I interviewed a couple of months ago, and he's a pretty cool guy. So I'm really looking forward to that conversation.
Nice. That should be pretty cool. Love the way you interview because you always pull out this information from people that also allow the viewers to be entertained by it. So that's definitely something great. What else you doing? You streaming this Sunday?
No, I have to go out of town again Sunday. And so I will do Saturday, but I may, because I think Rouster's not in town. So I may do my what's it called? South of Midnight stream on Saturday. And I may do it for a long time, actually. I may stream for a couple of hours just to try to get through a pretty big a larger chunk of it. Yeah, that's all I have going on.
Oh, let me ask you this, Purple. Is there a date for either Reanimals or Little Nightmares 3? Is there a date for either of them or no?
No, I think Reanimal is going to be a switch to launch title. So and for sure Little Nightmares 3 doesn't have it, but Reanimal's co-op.
I know. Well, so wait. That I didn't know. I knew Little Nightmares 3 was going to be co-op, but I wasn't. So that's cool because all I wanted was Little Nightmares to be co-op. Or obviously the first game, I was like, yo, this game's really cool. My wife and I, we shared the controller. We take turns. Part 2 came out and you're running around with a character almost the whole game. I'm like, how is this not co-op? So when I heard that Part 3 was going to be co-op years ago, I was like, yes. Now, that was one of my questions. Will Reanimals be co-op? So that is that's cool because I have to play them both, and I'm just curious. Like, will I feel like I'm playing the same game? Will I feel like that Reanimals is more like Little Nightmares? Would I feel like they did a great job with Little Nightmares 3? Like, I can't wait to see the parallels. And I can't wait to hear it from you too.
About that one? Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think yeah, I think those are both coming out second half of the year. Obviously, I'm not like a Grand Theft Auto type or any of the big ones that are coming out in the second half. So I'll be probably playing a lot of those, the smaller ones from my list.
That's nice. So I was saying earlier, you wasn't on here, but my most anticipated game is Doom: The Dark Ages. So really looking forward to that. I really here's what's funny, what you know about me, Purple. So Doom Eternal was my 2020 game of the year. So played and beat the whole game on Stadia, loved it. And that made it really cool. I spent a lot of time at my mother-in-law house that year. So getting to, take my phone and just play that game was really cool, right? But they announced and let us know that in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're going to be the opposite of Doom Eternal, where you were fast and agile. This one, you're going to be like a tank. And you know me, I'm like, ooh,
yeah, you like your tanks. You like
yes, I'm like, that's crazy. A game I love so much, but to just be this hulking beast with this shield and blocking stuff and tearing things apart, I'm looking forward to that. That's May 15th, so that's gonna be cool. And Jenna Hayes asked, did I try the Oblivion? So I've never been into Oblivion, Skyrim, those games. So I have a brother that you guys never met. I think he might have been on my content. Like, he may have came on 2 streams, if ever, right? Well, he did definitely come on 2 wrestling streams. And you probably seen him when we used to do Thanksgiving dinner before I moved. He got a big house in Cherry Hill, doing really good for himself. We were different gamers. He loved all of that. Mass Effect, Oblivion, Skyrim. where I was like more hack and slash. I just want to get in and get out, and he would play games thousands of hours and single player games and stuff like that. So, but I don't have any interest in Oblivion at all. So I definitely won't be playing the remaster at all. I wouldn't even gamefly that game unless I heard a big buzz. Yeah, I just wouldn't. It's more of like a PC style game to me, and I just the farthest thing from that. Let me see. Purple Haze, the last chapter of South of Midnight is very short. Is what Houston said. South of Midnight is excellent. Jenna Hayes said. And Houston said, I really like the way they did the artwork in the game, and the worlds were done amazingly. I love how some of them look. I think down the road, maybe I'll play it. I like the fact that it's a shorter game. I honestly don't listen. I personally would rather a game to be 15 hours or less. That's my spot. Once you get over 15 hours, it's kind of like, all right, you're dragging it out now. So for me, and I play some amazing games, obviously way longer than 15 hours. But I think 15 hours is a good spot. Like, I think, with the exception of it not having waypoints, the Callisto Protocol was excellent. That was an excellent game. Now, I played it in 2024, but it came out in 2023. So I would have probably said that was my game of the year. But I played it late. But South of Midnight, being that it's a shorter game, that's the part that interests me. I never had any interest for that game, but I love when a game get a buzz. I always say there's two things in game that you could do for me. You could show me a trailer that make me say I must play this, or word of mouth make me say I must play this. And so I don't feel word of mouth make me say I must play this, but word of mouth make me say I do want to try this. So, you know.
I think it's I like the art style. Like, I bought they call it a collector's edition, but it's just the art book and it's like a whole little thing. I bought two of them, one to open and one to not open. So I agree. I think it's cool. There's a lot of really cool, like, they invested in the art in that game, like, just from the art style to the music to the storytelling. They really to the voice acting. And that's what I like. So I have no problems with how that's going.
Honestly, I don't think I heard anybody say anything bad about the game.
No, I think for people who played it, like, they kind of know what it is. It's an interesting story. The combat mechanics, if anything, they'll say it's repetitive. The combat mechanics, like, you kind of run into kind of similar bosses, and it's like once you kind of know your strategy of how to handle them, at least the similar enemies, like, it's like the same gameplay loop, but because it's short, and if you like, the reason I play each level is to, like, learn about the side story, about the character you're trying to help, or about the town, or so, the music. There's a lot of, like, little small things, music wise. So it delivered. It probably, I had a number 2 on the games I was the most looking forward to, and I think it delivered. So that I think that speaks pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool is that's all you really could hope for, right? Is that you personally enjoy it. That all the outside noise, or who don't like it, or even people who do like it. Like, somebody could like, it's like FCAT. I was telling him, he went on and on in the Discord. Sinners got 100. Rotten Tomatoes said FCAT, the movie isn't out yet. You can't go crazy for the movie because it's not even out. Those reviewers, they think differently than the normal people who go sit down, right?
100%. Like, they're looking at it like from, like, is this because critics, a lot of them do the nominating for award season. It's like a whole thing like that they're trying to do. Because that's at the end of the day how they make their living, right? And so they're trying to all, like, over critique everybody else. But like, a average viewer just wants to be entertained and be told a decent story for, like, the $16 to $22 you spend for the ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
my friend Big Mike, we're so different. So we had fun when we did the Big Mike Little Ant show, right? Like, he thank you. Ooh, I like how fried the ham is. Let's go. Okay. All right. Hold up. Sandy got to show her nails. Just got her nails done. Hold on real quick. All right. Show the people. Show the people.
Oh my god! Did you do? You didn't do this, Sandy? Did you do this?
No. She went and got it done. Hold up. Let me turn this.
Because I know you have your. I know she knows.
Yeah, she does her nails sometimes herself.
That's
but
crazy.
The thing is in Florida is since we're new, she hasn't found a place that does them as good as back home.
So it's a palm tree.
It's super pretty.
Might have
super nice. I think is that hand drawn?
Yeah, they did it themselves.
That's crazy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Palm tree and two little.
Here, go ahead, do it now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's better.
That's that one.
It has a sun, it has seagulls, and two palm trees.
That is pretty dope.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, they draw it on.
So me and Big Mike, right? So we did a Big Mike Little Ant show, and it all started with we just wanted to go to a movie theater. It started off, we actually would go to a movie theater, come out the theater, and do a review. But him and I is different. I'm the popcorn guy. I'm gonna go sit down, big explosions. I'm like, the movie was great. Mike is more like, dude, the music. And I'm like, yo, you're judging for the music, like little things. And I was trying to tell FCAT is these guys who do the reviews, they're gonna critique this movie based off of the director. They're critiquing the movie based off of who did the music. Like they're like you said, they're being very critical of everything. And so you can't judge, oh, it had 100%. It ain't hit the movie. So the general public didn't see it yet. That score means nothing. So then, as I said, the score started going down a little bit, and he's seen it, and he's now criticizing. He still liked it, but he just, now it wasn't the greatest thing ever. I'm like, obviously, because you've seen it yourself. You can't go off of somebody else. You know, you can only go but so far of somebody else's judgment, and then you take the baton and see if you're going to run as fast as their judgment. But probably it depends, maybe faster or maybe slower, right? Depending on how much you like it. But all right, hold on. Let me go to. Let me see. He said he used to say, "Oh yeah, the music is a masterpiece for the game." He said, and yeah, very simple game, play mechanics with also. Which also you which mechanics which also you will enjoy in the game more. Or okay, I would actually hang out at times just to hear the song in the game. Oh, that's cool. She has the same pedicure. I don't know if she got her feet done also. Sometimes she do, sometimes she don't. Sandy, did you get your feet done too?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
They're just the bluish green color.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, are you playing Monster Hunter tonight? Okay. But yeah, I mean, listen. Love gaming, love movies, love wrestling. I don't know what I like more. I will say this. This is the least amount of movies we've seen. We moved to Florida and only seen 6 movies, and we've been here for 5 months. That's an extreme low for me. But I think what you were saying earlier, I wanted to chime in, Purple, is that if I remember to put you back on, is that you were saying that, you know, something else takes somebody time. I look at this as entertainment itself is competitive for your time, right? Meaning, I could watch wrestling or I could play a video game. I could watch a movie or I could play a video game or I could watch wrestling. I could go to dinner, right? At the end of the day, everything is fighting for our time and everything is entertainment for the most part, besides necessities, right? So, you know, it all comes down to your personal interest, right? You may love a game, but you want to see, like, nothing was going to be bigger than WrestleMania for me. For instance, I didn't realize WrestleMania was on Easter Sunday. And my wife was like, oh, we're going to go to she knows one person who lives out here, right? Oh, we're going to go to her house for Easter. I said, cool, not a problem. That was weeks ago. She's like, hey, so this Sunday, what time you going? I said, mother, this weekend is WrestleMania. She's like, I thought we was going to Tammy's house. I was like, nowhere did I realize that WrestleMania was on Easter. I'm not going nowhere because I'm not missing WrestleMania. So no matter how much I love video games, no matter how much I love the movies, in that particular interest, wrestling was trumping everything, right? So it all depends on how we put things in different compartments in our lives, you know, and based upon our interests. And then our interests have seasons. Like you said, some people have seasons of liking games. We have seasons of this or that, you know, and it's interesting, but I love it all. I love the good and the bad and where we go with life. And again, anybody could do whatever they want on any given Sunday because it's really up to you and your life. And, you know, we shouldn't let other people dictate what we like in life. But I love that we're content creators. And what I do love is having, I think with gaming, when some people say like, nobody asked for that. Like, that part I don't like when people say that when they come out with a game that you haven't heard nobody ask for, like, you know, an extraction game. But I think you take away our creativity, right? At that point, because same way I put you in a video just because I thought it would be funny. As a content creator, I should have that. Now you could have, you know, told YouTube and say, "Hey, look, he clipped my video." Then I'd be, you know, it is.
I didn't care about that.
No, I know, but I was just saying, like, I think at the end of the day, you know, with gaming and our lives, you know, it's all on our interests, right? And it's on our, as content creators, I love that we have creativity to, like me, like I'm finding myself still after all these years, like I'm changing stuff on my channel, right? You would think like, bro, you've been doing YouTube for so long. How do you not, you should be a made channel, but it's like, I don't know. I like so many things that I like to switch and do this and do that. And that's why my channel will never grow. But I feel like that's where creativity is. One day you may wake up and say, I'm doing this. And it's great that you can, you know? And so I feel like just as we're content creators, same thing with gaming and life is tying it back into the, like you were saying, time is luxury, right? If you have the luxury of the time, it's like one day you might say, I don't want to play games anymore, right? Or one day I might say, I'm a PC gamer now. That's probably less than likely to happen. But the cool thing is it's all about our personal interest and we can do whatever the hell we want because we should want to. I think what sucks is when people get swayed into being the little soldiers that follow other people. And we see it all the time, you know, especially what we do, right? We're content creators and people will watch, you know, listen, I'm not that I'm guilty of it, but I know some people that go to war for me. And I'm just a person up here with a cowboy hat on, you know, and waiting to eat my food and play Monster Hunter Wilds with my son. But some people will go to war for me. Like last week, I literally had a guy from Doc Dark's channel. I let him come on and, you know, and in the end, it was cool that we both kind of agreed. We quote unquote virtually shook hands and it was cool. But you never know what you know.
Yeah, there's some crazy people out there. So like that's my only thing. Like Doc, obviously, like we've seen Doc behind, you know, scenes, and you can kind of tell he's doing it for fun and stuff. But there's some people who really take this serious, and it's just like,
Purple, this guy was so on me. No, but you should have never said. Doc said, what was he had a problem with in the video. So here's the thing: I'm not the regular YouTube guy. I'm myself. So I get that you're supposed to critique somebody's video or rebuttal a video, and it has to be everything in the video. I don't do that. I'm just taking clips, and I'm just gonna come up with a video, right? It's not a rebuttal video for me. It's just me kind of making a video, right? But this guy was mad because when I did the video on Doc, he was like, nowhere did Doc say, in the video, I said, Doc said, Nintendo could do whatever they want. Maybe something like that I said. And Doc never said that in his video. So the guy was like, you can't do that. I was like, bro, Doc's been on my channel so many times. I know he said that, you know, but we just say a lot about, oh, Nintendo can't do this, Xbox, but we just talk, right? So the video was just me being able to be creative, right? And ISO even wrote, like, no, bro, I know Doc in real life. Doc has said that. But this guy was so on, he's Doc's guy. Doc is his guy. He was like livid. And I was like, bro, I literally know, I met him in person. I could call him right now on the phone. Trust me, I made that video for Doc before anybody else. Now, I said it's my fault that I made the video and other people would see it and they would take the way I put the video and be able to put their spin on it. But I said, I apologize to you for not saying, okay, Doc didn't say that. But I felt I didn't need to because I made that video for Doc to see. And as a content creator, whoever else seen it, it is what it is. But my man was like, he was ready to fight over Doc, and I was like, bro, it's kind of crazy. He was trying to prove, I know I watched Doc before you did. I'm like, that's fine, man.
Dude,
But,
I'm telling you, man. These like I don't know. Some of these people get crazy and like they're like, Purple, you're wrong. I'm like, yo, this person asked me to go on their channel to argue this point of view. Like that's it. Like they needed that point of view on their channel. Like, leave me alone. So yeah, no, some people are super crazy.
Wild.
They're wild, like, but
it's wild out here.
But you know, it is what it is. So
is what it is. Well, look, Purple, thanks for popping on as always. People love to hear what you have to say. I love to hear what you have to say. Like I can't say enough good things about you. I respect you. I look up to you in a lot of ways, even though I'm older than you. But you're just a good person to be around. You're funny. You're hardworking. Like you're just great in my book. So and obviously I knew I didn't mean anything by the video. I was trying to be funny. But
no, I know. Well, my thing is like because someone because you put it in my Discord, right? And so someone said you said, hey, you wrote in the Discord, and so someone said, hey, blah, blah. So I said, well, of course, like he made content. So of course I'm gonna come on and do my part of it, like because I think like at the end of the day we're all right. Like you spend your money on you want to spend it on. I think it just is like different points of view, which is helpful, right? Like just to see, like, because some people may be like, no, Purple, you're wrong, but you're kind of right on this. Cowboy, you're wrong, you're kind of right. And then it helps them feel whatever, it gives them
and if we all thought the same, it would be so boring. Like,
it's super. Like you see those channels. Like I've seen those channels where it's like they all say the same thing.
Carbon copy. Like
they all say the same thing, and it's like, and so what ends up and those are like some of the most toxic channels, too. And so it's like, nah, like especially, and I don't really do console warring, like because I don't think women, it's not appreciated from women in the same degree. Like if you notice it, like you just don't really see it.
I agree.
So like I don't try to take that angle, but what I do try to take is like just to say, hey, there is a significant group of people who game this way, right? So like Switch, everybody talks about, I'm not buying Switch 2, I'm not buying Switch 2, and I say Switch 2. Every single woman who comes by my channel, and that's what people don't realize, like half of my channel are women who come through in the chat. All of them have said they want to get a Switch 2. So it's like, like, yeah, like maybe you don't want it because blah, 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 but this other person wants it. So, and yeah, that's why I kind of just say, I try to be the, just, you can't ignore me, I guess I guess you could ignore me, but at least I'm there. That's all.
No, yeah, I love it. I love it. Listen, I think we all have a role to play. I think, I love when I look at your channel and I'm like, man, look how many people watch you. I remember when you first was getting started. And I think what's cool is I always say I'm not the gatekeeper of entertainment. I would love for somebody to be watching me, see you, and stop watching me and become now a viewer of yours. Because that means they found you entertaining and enjoyable, and you are what they wanted to watch. I always give an analogy. You wouldn't be a Game of Thrones fans, right? You're watching Game of Thrones, it's your favorite show ever, and then it goes off and don't come on for a year. You're not just going to be like, well, guess I'm not going to watch nothing else. You're going to find something else. You might find something you like more than Game of Thrones that comes on the same time as Game of Thrones. And guess what? The Game of Thrones might be the show you watch. You wait and let build up and you binge watch, right? So at the end of the day, like, I think what's great is just how we all are. Like, YouTube allows us to be creative. Take what our creative juices and flow, collaborate with other people and grow and build and bond and separate and whatever, right? There's tons of people who like I was cool with, not cool with. Tons of people who, it's just, I love, I just love, I'm one of those people where I love to wake up and be like, what's next, right? I don't mind new beginnings. I love new beginnings, right? So I just love that life is unpredictable and let's just see what happens, right? So that's probably my problem with my channel is that I just do what I like, and if I change my mind, trust me, it's gone. And people might be like, well, I like that part of the content. My bad. Sorry. You know, I want to try to have a happy medium of this is for me and it's for my viewers, you know, but that's part of my problem. But I love it, right? And so I just love meeting you, meeting everybody, and just seeing, you know, where we go with content creation. I love it.
Yeah, you are a great guy. Well, you know, we're all the same community, so.
Exactly, right. That's what's cool. Yeah.
All righty. Well, let me hop off. I'm gonna take Remy out one more last time. So, all right. Thanks for having me, Cowboy.
I gotta get to this purple.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Oh yeah, empanada, Spanish rice with the with olives in it. I love olives in the rice, and some ham. And ooh, she put it in the air fryer to get a little bit more crisp. Let's go.
Oh man, it's the best. All right, I'll see you. Cowboy.
All right, take care, purple. I'll see you in the next one.
Mhm.
Bye now.
Bye.
Guys, give it up for my girl, Purple Haze. Let's go. All right, guys. That is gonna be the show for today. A little shorter, but I get to jump on some Monster Hunter Wilds with my son. I'll be streaming it, so give me like 20 minutes or something, and I'll be back on. But I'm gonna enjoy this food, and I thank all of you guys for being a part of the channel. I do really like this to be interactive. If you guys got ideas for videos you want me to make, let me know. If you guys, you know, you want to come on the show, let me know. If you want to be interviewed, let me know. I do so much with this YouTube channel. So, you know, I definitely want to just keep doing what I'm doing and more stuff. So you guys let me know. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. You guys are nothing less than epic. And I my notes. Oh, man.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh man. And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.